to What She Said Sports Lounge. Welcome to the virtual hangout. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what's going down. Y'all know what's going down. Y'all know we are not watching the Browns game. This is your virtual hangout to turn the TV off. Now, there were some games today. We're going to talk about those. I want to celebrate Jameis Winston for having his NFL start with the Giants. His wife was on the sideline. They've been on a long journey together. Y'all know Jameis Winston was also in Cleveland last season. And it went the same way it's going right now. They went 3-14. They shipped Jameis off to be a fourth string after he was a starter. He was the backup to Deshaun. Deshaun got hurt when they were 2-6. 8 games in, they made the switch. Jameis Winston carried them the rest of the way. They fired the defensive coordinator after Kevin Stefanski turned over his headset last year. That's that inconsistency and relinquishing of duties that we talked about when we said the top 10 reasons for Kevin Stefanski to be fired. So come on in. We are just going to be here for the duration. You popping in, say hi. Make sure you hype me up. Y'all already did. Shout out to y'all that already hyped me up. Thank you. So we just gonna be here. I'm gonna put my microphone down. I'm gonna turn on some music. We're gonna start having some conversation. But welcome. Already 40 of y'all hit the like button. All right, let's get the music going. And we just gonna vibe out for the day. This is our resistance. This is our support for Shedeur Sanders. This is what it is. Now, I haven't had opportunities to connect with anybody in Cleveland. If you know who's in Cleveland, if they are boycotting. All right, so I turned the music down, but it's out there. All right, let's see what's going on. Hey, how you doing? Let's see who in here. Welcome, LJ. That's facts. Welcome, Elijah. Is that Elijah? Welcome, Elijah. Welcome. Facts. You say, what's up, Jeff? How you doing? Hey, Tina. Hey, Sharon. How y'all doing, moderators? I need y'all on deck today. You know, we every now and then we get a straight person. So I'm gonna need y'all to boot them out. You don't need my permission to do it. As long as it's not my parents, I'm good. Hey, Miss Pamela, how you doing? Hey, hello, Beach Material. It said, hey, only if that bro get hurt. Yeah. That's right, boycott. That's right. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Chandra? Welcome. Now, if y'all promise to be kind, I can put your comments on the screen and they can just roll for the 4 hours. But here's the thing, right? You can't say any and everything if I do it like that. I can just keep it off the screen and y'all can keep having these conversations. Let's just roll like that. I want y'all to have these genuine conversations that y'all have every day. Y'all have some genuine conversations. I look over and check the comments. I'm like, damn, they really in here be talking. I love the community. Welcome. If Dylan gets hurt, they'll have to think about playing Shedeur. I think so, because I don't believe that they activated Bailey Zapp, but maybe they didn't tell us. But that is typically the case. Shedeur will be able to go in. And they don't seem to be planning for that, which I find very interesting considering Dylan has been sacked 17 times. So I don't know what you expect him to be able to withstand, because I don't expect this Ravens game to be nice. And I pray Lamar Jackson's teammates show up for him today, all of them, because it is a possibility they can make him want him to look bad, just like they did right now versus the Saints. Understand that. I think the Panthers may have won today, but we're gonna check on the other scores and see what's going on. I'm going to see if I can get footage to the Muni lot. If I can't, we'll just talk about it later. And I'll tell y'all, there's not a lot of footage out there from the tailgates beyond maybe the first or second week, which I find interesting. I'm talking about on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. I think we checked IG when we were live together, and it flipped over to U of H homecoming, which is crazy. But again, they have what they call influencers going out there, but I know they have people out there. So if anybody's in Cleveland on the ground, let us know. Hey, how you doing, Clara? Nola girl, how you doing? It said K's and Brown suck. Yep. Shedeur Sanders rules. Hey, Miss Liz Jackson, welcome. Everybody boycotting. Okay. If you in Cleveland, let me know. Let me know if you in Cleveland so you keep us posted what's going on. All right. Shalom. How you doing, Lily? How you doing? Said what she said, support group. Facts. That's what it is. Hey, how you doing? It said love your channel and perspective. Thank you so much. That is so nice. Sandy, thank you, Sandy's chance. That's cute. It said leave Dylan in there, and I hope the Ravens put him through the blender. I agree, because I'll be honest with you. I insist this game. If it go down like the up and up, Kevin Stefanski gonna get fired. Ain't no way you can keep him. There's no way you can keep him and leave Dylan out there to just fend for himself, knowing he can't get it done. They know he's not that guy. They did not bring him in to be that guy. But do we want them to put Shedeur out there with a limited roster? Don't forget. They stars are only playing for a limited time. So that's just the perfect setup. This could be a perfect setup for Lamar. It could be a setup for Shedeur, but it ain't going down like that. So that's why we over here at the virtual hangout. We boycotting the Browns. Don't watch anyway. Yeah, we don't watch it. We don't watch it at all. 12 rules. Yes, Eddie Bush, welcome. It said Dylan comes out, dink and dunk plays per usual. That's insane. Against the Ravens, I don't know what they expecting. So let's see what I have right here. Around the league, let me see. We checking in. Let's see who played today. A lot of games already over. This is week 11 of 18, so 7 games to go. Let's see. The Jets lost to the Patriots 27-14, but that's not a surprise. The Commanders lost to the Dolphins. What? See how the Dolphins acting since they fired their GM, their black GM. You see what it is. They were losing. Fired the GM who's not calling plays, who's not playing football. And now they're suddenly a winning team because they let the black GM go. All right. You see what's going down. Believe me, we are doing the right thing. Believe me. Perfect timing. So we have the Packers who defeated the Giants. I guess it didn't go so well. Joe Schoen, the GM, he ought to be fired next. And the Texans defeated the Titans, not a surprise. I don't even know if CJ Stroud played. I have to look into that. And the Panthers beat the Falcons. Or is it a tie game? Oh, they still playing. I just saw a picture of Mercedes-Benz, the flyover, the roof open, the energy's high. I posted it on my story, so if y'all on IG, feel free to flip through my stories on IG. It's a lot there. So the game is tied between the Panthers and the Falcons. They in overtime, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Oh, wow. So they fighting down to the last. So it's going to be, as Michael Penix Jr. versus Bryce Young. Again, I know they set the Panthers up to lose to make Tyler Shaw look good with the Saints last week. So now it looks like they in Atlanta down the street. Again, amazing how you could be in this city, see Mercedes-Benz, but not feel any of the traffic from it. The Panthers 27 with the ball on 2nd and 9 at the Carolina 31. And the Falcons are 27. So we'll check back on that later. The Bears beat the Vikings. So shout out to Caleb Williams and the Bears over the Vikings. That's actually a good one because y'all know they're coming for Caleb Williams' job. Chargers versus the Jags. Jags won 35-6 over the Chargers. I find that very interesting. They doing it without Travis, talking about did they get fleeced? No, you didn't get fleeced. You didn't get fleeced. You underutilized him. And then he got hurt. That's what you get. You should have been using him because you traded up and booted Shedeur out the way and took his money and gave Shedeur Travis Hunter's jersey. And now you mad because you underutilized Travis or you didn't get the best out of him before he got hurt in practice. That's on you. You didn't get fleeced. You got a star. But see, the whole goal wasn't to get Travis. The goal was actually just hurt Shedeur. You wanted to get Travis, but you didn't want him to play on both sides of the ball. Because the moment he asked for his $30 million up front and you gave it to him because he went fishing with Coach Prime, you wanted to underutilize him. Maybe you thought you was going to teach him a lesson too. But God said, enjoy your family, Travis. Enjoy your baby. Enjoy your millions. That's all I can say. Because see, that's what happened when you out here trying to manipulate Shedeur using Travis. Enjoy your time, Travis. Enjoy your time. That's what you get. It's called karma. Mind your business. Mind your business. Stop trying to manipulate these black players into some sort of submission, and when they don't do what you want them to do, what do you do? You want to trash their reputation. You want to assassinate their characters. Now, you get what you deserve. And one thing about karma, it has no expiration date. So it looks like the Bills beat the Buccaneers. That's the game everybody was watching to see what was going to happen there. And the Bengals and the Steelers won versus Joe Flacco and the Bengals, which kind of calms down the narrative that Flacco is a replacement for Joe Burrow because they don't want that. So, and Flacco said he don't care. He just out here balling. 49ers and the Cardinals. 49ers beat the Cardinals. I'm assuming Kyler Murray did start, or they just started playing. They only in the first quarter, so we'll see. But it looks like 49ers up 13 to the Cardinals 6 in the first quarter. All right. So the Seahawks and the Rams, they just started playing. The Rams are up over the Seahawks 7-3 in the first quarter. The Chiefs versus the Broncos, first quarter, 8 minutes, no one has scored. Broncos have the ball. Shout out, go Pat Mahomes. This is the only time you're going to hear me root for Pat Mahomes. Bo Nix too. I don't have an issue with Bo Nix. I like Bo Nix because he let Sean Payton know to get the hell out of his face. And I appreciated that because y'all know Sean Payton thought he was going to pump Russell Wilson on the field, right? Why? Because Russell Wilson filed a grievance that they were trying to collude against black veteran quarterbacks. So now Russell Wilson is being colluded against, in addition to Shador, in addition to Lamar, in addition to Kyler Murray. So the Lions and the Eagles today at 8:20. The Ravens and the Browns, the game has started. First quarter, 11 minutes and 6 seconds. They don't get no credit for us talking about these stats. 2nd and 1 at the Baltimore 44 with the Ravens with the ball. All right, so that's the game we're going to check the stats on. Let me see who's in the comments. See what y'all got going on. Hey, Gail, welcome. It said, did you hear about the Jets player that was last night? Oh, Chris Boyd, yeah. So was he out and about, like at a club, or was he walking down the street or at the Walgreens? What's the story on Chris Boyd? Let me know if y'all know. But did he survive? Because I hope he did. And y'all know that Florida State player, that incident that happened, I guess, in Jacksonville? He was paralyzed. I think he was going home. Or he's still in a hospital bed, but he was going home. Y'all know they said that was a case of mistaken identity? Players are being targeted. Carolina Panthers win by a field goal. Ooh, Atlanta is not going to be happy. Atlanta is not going to be happy. Thank you for that, Destiny. Atlanta is not going to be happy. Any Falcons fans in the house? I mean, technically, I am a Falcons fan, but today, I'm a Shedeurian. I'm a Shedeurian. If you don't know what a Shedeurian is, they called us. They said, we're not Browns fans. They were on their podcast talking in Cleveland. They said, we're not Browns fans. They said, it's just like when Johnny Manziel came in. They were Manzelians. So now we got the Shedeurians. Yes, I'm a proud Shedeurian. And you become one too. And make sure you go to whatshesaidsports.com and get your Shedeur collection gear. Your Shedeurian collection gear. Thanks. Yeah, we Shedeurians. It's crazy how they want to separate. The Browns fans from Shedeur Sanders fans. We thought we were new Browns fans. But see, they don't want nobody new. You know why? Accountability. They don't want nobody new coming to change the culture. You see how that works? Not even the fans. So it wasn't just about Shedeur. It wasn't. They want to keep it just like it is. So let me see if I can see some camera footage from the Muni lot. Let's see what we got. Cleveland Muni footage, live cam. Let's see if we can find it. To see if they stayed home. Because that's what I wanted to see. If they were going to stay home. I don't think so. I don't see it. If anybody find it, let me know. Drop me the link. Or email me and tell me what it is. But I wanted to see if they stayed home. That's what I was looking for. Go over to TikTok. Because honestly, I know they were selling their tickets, right? But I'm like, are y'all going to make the sacrifice and cut the party in for at least one game to send a message? That's what I was looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Browns tailgate today. Let's see if they have it today. Because everything I saw was for the first game. And they say they sick of it, right? I mean, you ought to be because you went through this last year and you're talking about keeping Stefanski or the team is talking about keeping Stefanski. So you're going to go through this next year. And when he don't work out, here's going to be the script. Oh, he's new. He needs time to develop because that's the exact script for Dylan. And Dylan could take 3 years and he's not going to be any better. In 6 years, he's not going to be any better. And you see Daniel Jones got 6 years to get it right. And now they don't even talk about him no more. If so, I don't hear it. Now, I was looking for something that was live today, but I don't really see. Oh, here we go. 5 hours ago, Chef Zay is out there with his food truck. It look a little sparse, y'all, unless it's early. Let's see if I can share this with y'all. Shout out to Chef Zay. But it looks like it's looking a little light. I'm gonna share this. I don't know. Y'all tell me. It could be early. I don't know. It said 5 hours ago. So 5 hours ago, the game just started. So they were out there super early. So we might have to check back in. But let's see if I can get y'all. Let's see if I can get this over to y'all. So they still out there, guys. And I know what people gonna say. Well, I'm a business, right? I'm a chef. I make money. This is how I make money. Go park down the street. Just go park down the street because y'all all can't park there that lot. So people got to pass. They used to have tailgating on something called West 6, but apparently they shut it down. And maybe they had to re-permit it because they said it was getting a little rowdy over there. So there's other areas that you don't have to be right there showing your support. If I get it, you're a business. We're not saying we don't want you to make money, but we're saying we want you to be strategic about the way you move so you can get some accountability, right? That's supposed to be the goal, right? But so let's see, guys. Let's see. So if he was out there 5 hours ago, then it just kind of says that they was out there. Now let's see. I have to look and see if I can find footage that's more recent. All right, who are these comments? Let's see. What up? Hey, Jonathan, how you doing? Thank you for joining the virtual hangout today. Thank you. And look, Jackson Dart's out and Dylan's showing that he should have been undrafted. Agreed. Thank you, Lisa. If you like my hoodie, run over to whatshesaidsports.com and grab yours. On the front is the 12. On the back, it says, "Run me my money." That's exactly what this hat says in letters because we used to play the game. I actually grabbed some today. I'm like, maybe we'll play today. But run me my money. So y'all can see. Why? Because the NFL need to run Shedeur his money. That's why. The NFL need to run Shedeur his money. The Falcons lost. Yes, they gonna be sad in Atlanta. Ooh, I can just hear it now. Proud Shedeurian. Facts. I can just hear it now. The Falcons fans. And here's the thing. I think they trying to fire Raheem Morris. And they don't want Michael Penix Jr. as their starter. We talked about that. 16 of 32 with Shedeur, 17 of 32. That's what it is. All right, let's see if I got this video. I was able to move it over there. So y'all, it looks like they were out there today. It was a little sparse, but it looks like 5 hours ago was pretty early. I thought they said the lot opened 3 hours before the game. So maybe they're in a different location, but it looks like they all huddled up together. But it's not a lot of people right now. So let's see. Black Star, how you doing? How you doing? It said they tried to play Travis, Shedeur, Shiloh, and look what happened. Dart was forced to play concussed, and Dylan is showing he should have gone undrafted. You know what's crazy? Forcing Jackson Dart to play concussed because you don't want a black quarterback. Understand how this went. They did everything possible to shun Shedeur in the first round. First, they pretended to be interested in him. Now, I heard y'all say that y'all's interpretation of Shedeur dream before the draft, the two people chasing him was the GM for the Browns and Stefanski. Y'all forgot about two people. The GM from the Giants, who told Shedeur what? You're going to save our jobs, knowing that they were going to get the Manning's alum from Ole Miss, Jackson Dart. Joe Sean, Jackson Dart, his daughter, Ole Miss, the prank caller, Ole Miss. All of these guys. And here's what they did. Abdul Carter, they drafted him. You know what the first thing it was they said about him? Oh, he's friends with Daboll's daughter. So that was supposed to justify getting their friend, Jackson Dart. But here's the thing. You could have done all that. You could have got Shedeur. You could have not got Shedeur. We didn't say you ever had to get Shedeur. In fact, I never believed you would get a Shedeur because the Giants were the last team in the NFL to have a black quarterback. It's obviously you black QB1 resistant. You're not black QB1 friendly, right? So you acquired Russell Wilson after you let Aaron Rodgers pick and choose what he wanted to do while Russ had to settle. They sent Russ to interview with Cleveland and the Giants. Cleveland was like, nah, we don't need a quarterback. That's a lie. They didn't want him because they wanted Russ, who they colluding against. They wanted him out of Pittsburgh so that what could happen? That Mike Tomlin don't get to the playoffs and win. Because what do they say about Mike Tomlin? It's time for him to go. Because, yeah, he's never had a losing season, but he's never been to the playoffs and won or whatever. So if Russ go over there with DK Metcalf, what you think gonna happen? They was gonna run it back because they were knocking at the door. And then George Pickens got what he wanted and ended up in Dallas. That's all I'm gonna say. So Cleveland was just playing in Russ's face, making it look like it was a legitimate interview to be their quarterback. But look at how they treat Shedeur. You really think they wanted Russ and Shedeur and Deshaun? No, because last year, as somebody on X reminded me, they had Deshaun, they had Jameis, they had Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and where are they now? Scattered everywhere and demoted when they were booted out of Cleveland. And they used Andrew Berry to say it's his decision. It's not on us because he's black. So yeah, I was cheering for Jameis Winston today because they didn't want Shedeur, but they ended up with Russ and Jameis. And they thought, and they knew Jackson Dart wasn't like that, but they thought they were going to be able to prop him enough with Malik Neighbors and Cam Scatterboo. But unfortunately, they got injured. So Jackson Dart had to be himself. And when he was struggling and getting concussed, they left him out there, showing they don't give a damn about him. They just give a damn about stopping blackness at the QB1 position. That's all it is. 17 of 32. That's why every black starting quarterback is catching hell right now. And it's not a new phenomenon for black quarterbacks, but it's the new phenomenon for black quarterbacks in 2025, all at the same time. See, normally these things happen in the draft. You never see it. Normally they get devalued in the draft, and then they get sent to their respective teams already devalued like they did Shedeur. But publicly, they so bold with it, they coming after all starting quarterbacks and making their lives hell this season because the goal is to start eliminating the number of black quarterbacks, which is why you hear them doing a hit job on Lamar Jackson, which is why the Panthers went in there and lost to the Saints after they put Tyler Shaw in because they didn't want Spencer Rattler to look good. They have set up and talked about musical chairs to reduce the number of black starting quarterbacks that are visible to the public, just like they have zeroed out the number of black offensive coordinators. They are actively reducing the numbers of black head coaches, and you should be able to guess whose job they are coming after. Raheem Morris and Mike Tomlin. The two they are quiet about, one just lost today, Tampa Bay Bucks. They coming for him. And CJ Stroud, coach, D'Amico Ryans, they next. Even though there's an active class action lawsuit. There's an active class action lawsuit moving through federal court that won at least twice already. Head coaches that were discriminated against, and they still doing it. They just trying to be subtle with it. Everybody said it. Shedeur was blocked by Aaron Rodgers, and they sent Aaron Rodgers to go be who he is so that Mike Tomlin could get fired. The two coaches they trying to fire right now, Raheem Morris and Mike Tomlin. So I asked y'all today, since the Ravens, led by Lamar Jackson, We already seen the malfeasance over there in the Ravens to hold back Lamar Jackson because they've been colluding against him. Y'all know they snatched his third MVP. Y'all saw what happened in the end zone with the tight end. Now they moving it over to Derrick Henry. From what I hear, fans starting to get upset because they got a better running back in Mitchell, but they refuse to give him the ball. So we're going to see if today's goal is to make Dillon look like Tyler Shaw and make Lamar Jackson appear overrated as the hit piece suggested a few days ago. Anything can happen, but let's see. It's a lot happening with these guys. It really is. Welcome. So let me check the score. Let's see what's going on. All right. The Ravens have already scored. They got a field goal. So see, they got down there. 1st and 10, Baltimore at the 33. So here's the thing. 3 points for the Ravens, 0 for the Browns. The Ravens have the ball back again after they scored in that short period of time. Let's see what we're looking at. Player stats, Lamar Jackson is 1 of 2, 15 yards. So he not getting very far today. Lamar Jackson on rushing is negative, so he been sacked. See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? All right. So if I did a hit piece on Lamar Jackson that came out of left field before he played the Browns, and they trying to nominate Dillon for, I guess, some kind of player of the week or whatever, what you think is going on here? Just keep watching. Just keep watching. So they don't want Lamar to go in here and bow the hell out. This is evidence early on. And remember, he just got back from injury. So he had just got sacked in the beginning of the game. It is 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Rashid Ali, 1 reception, 15 yards. And DeAndre Hopkins sitting at 0. Now, I told y'all DeAndre Hopkins got hands. I told you he got hands. He's sitting at 0. So you see what kind of game it's turning out to be. Let's see if they pull a late win out, the Browns versus the Ravens. Let's see. Because what you have to understand is they after Lamar Jackson, trying to boot him out of his seat. So the goal is for the dumbed down version of the game, for the dink and dunk Dillons, the Tyler Shaw that need remedial help. Honestly, the goal is for them to appear to be the stars while they suppress Shador, Lamar. Y'all know that they some ballers. And they're going to let one out, and you should be able to guess who that one is. Is it going to be Jordan Love, or is it going to be Pat Mahomes? Let me share my screen so y'all can see what I'm looking at. That's how I wanted to see how the game started, because it can tell you what the agenda is. And obviously it's not to let Lamar come to Cleveland and ball out while Dillon struggles, because it would show up Dillon. So even if they win, they're not going to let Lamar play his best game. That's the whole point. Everybody got to be held back for Dillon to appear that he's just not an undrafted free agent. They don't want to admit that he's not the guy because they can't justify holding Shedeur back behind Dillon. They can't. They just can't do it. All right, so y'all gonna get to see the scores. We do this during the Buffs game. So, okay, as you can see right here, I'll go back up to the top. You see Lamar Jackson, 1 of 2. And passed it, and then in rushing, 1 of -1. Then receiving, you see Rashid Ali and DeAndre Hopkins. On defense, let's see who's leading. Nate Wiggins, Raquan Smith. They don't have, see how they don't have much going on defense? That should tell you a lot right there. This is what, almost the end of the first quarter, they don't have much going on defense. That's what I mean. They're not doing much. Here's Leonte. He had a 19-yard punt return. Shout out to Leonte. And let's see. That's not his punt return. So let's check with Dylan Gable, 2 of 2. You see? Do you see? Quinshon Junkins, 1 carry. You already can see what the plan is just by looking at this. That's why I don't watch the game. It said Jerry Jeudy, 1 reception for 7 yards. Malachi Corley was at number 83. 1 reception for 2 yards. So 1 of 7 and 1 of 2. Carson Schwestinger on defense, Donovan McMillan and Chris Edmonds. Kick return, Dylan Sampson, 1 of 19 yards. So you should be able to see what it is. You should be able to see what it is, right? I want Dylan to appear that he's good. So he's 2 of 2 for 9 yards because look at these 2 passes right here. 7 yards and 2 yards. Lamar, who's his people? Rasheen Ali. Rasheen Ali has 1 pass for 15 yards. Dylan has 2 passes, 1 for 2 and 1 for 7. So they want to hold Lamar Jackson back so he don't go out here balling out to DeAndre Hopkins. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. That's what it is. And Lamar trying to make something happen, and you see right here, he got negative yards. I hope Lamar get the message. Somebody better send him a text message. They don't want you to play your best game against this undrafted free agent. They are working the rest of the season to justify having Dylan to play these games and lose rather than put in Shedeur and win. Just like in New York, they were willing to let Jackson Dart get concussed multiple times to keep the black quarterbacks off the field. To justify, I drafted him before Shedeur. So all of the people that block Shedeur are allowing their quarterbacks to get hurt, jumping through hoops to justify passing over Shedeur. 32 times for 4 rounds. That's what's going on. The season is almost over. They know what we're going to talk about when the draft comes back around. Definitely not watching it. And they know the conversation is going to be there. And I want you to pay attention to, they went out and got some more photographers. Guess who they look like? Because I have to appear that I'm not what? That's what it is. That's just what it is, guys. That's what it is. So if you look at the team stats, let's see where we are. Lamar 72 yards, they have 72 yards overall for Lamar, and the Ravens 64 for the Browns. See, it looks close, don't it? What did the odds say? It was going to be a 8.5 differential. It's going to be a close game, and we like, there's no way this should be a close game. But if I'm holding Lamar back from playing his best game, it's going to be a close game, and then people are going to say, "Oh, let's just keep rolling with Dylan," because I think they want Dylan next year. Because if you know anything about college football yesterday, Arch Manning did not look good at all. They were like, you know what? He's just not good. Stop trying to force it. So they want to bring him in and force him into everybody's mindset as a star, like they're trying to do Dylan. They just trying to keep Dylan from looking like a failure. They want the Manning kid to come in and look like a star. So if I sell you Dylan, you'll buy the Manning kid. That's what it is. 5.8 yards per play. Oh, that's so bad. Lamar Jackson won 2 MVPs and they only at 5.1 yards per play. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. They have had 7 first downs with the Ravens. 7. So now the Browns have 3. Close game. Close game. That's the narrative. So now you see where the game is actually being played. Before the whistle blows. Before kickoff. That's the game that's being played. That's what it is. All right, so let's see who else is in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 111 of us hit the like button. No, we don't show the game. We're not even watching the game, boo. We don't even watch the game. So for those who are asking, we don't watch the game. We're not a virtual hangout in support of the Browns malfeasance. We're not at all. We're the support. We're the virtual support for the people that sold their tickets and don't want to be a part of the malfeasance that's happening, the corruption that's happening over there. Greetings, happy. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So that's what it is, y'all. So if you bet on the game, let us know, because we know the spread was, it was supposed to be, the odds were in Baltimore's favor to win by 8.5 points. So if Baltimore wins, it's not to say it's a close game. It's not supposed to look good for Lamar. They're going to continue with the narrative that he's overrated. I don't know why they're pushing it, because I don't know. I don't think he's up for another contract. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's up for another contract and they don't want to pay him $330. Let me see. How many years on Lamar Jackson contract? Because people were shocked that the narrative was coming out of nowhere. They're like, why are they trashing Lamar seemingly for no reason? I'm like, because they get ready to play the Browns. Oh. That's what it is. That's what it is. So what I had on my screen, y'all, was actually, we normally keep the stats on the screen so people can kind of see. We'll just kind of go in and out periodically. It's the second quarter, 12 minutes and 50 seconds. 12 minutes, 45 seconds left. The Browns have the ball. Browns are 2-7. Ravens are 4-5. Ravens are trying to usurp the Steelers for number one in the division. So that's what it is. All right, so let's see if I can find. All right, let's see if I can find. That's what it is. All right, let's see if I can find this video. So I was hoping that the tailgate was empty today. We have a little footage, but it was from much, much earlier in the day. We'll have to go back and see if we can find additional footage. So let me know your thoughts of the score being tied 3-3. And the odds were that the Ravens win it. It was close. So we talked about it. So let me know what y'all thinking about that. All right, this was Shedeur at practice. There was pictures of Shedeur. There was pictures of Shedeur walking into the arena. Y'all know our guy is ready, right? I want you to understand something. I know people in the Browns think that not giving Shedeur first team reps means that he wouldn't be ready when they toss him into the fire in probably a horrible situation with a depleted team, right? With most of the defense being limited. You could tell the way this game is already starting out with Lamar being held back and Dillon being propped up with the field goal kickers. They probably not going to put Shedeur in this game. They don't care if they lose. They just care if Dillon looks like an undrafted free agent and Shedeur should get the nod. Because just like it was important to leave Jackson Dart on the field, even though he was getting concussed, it's important to keep Shedeur off the field using Dillon, regardless of how much they lose. They just know they have to keep the game close. And this is why we boycotting the Browns. Yep, he's not good. Did you see Tony Grossi telling the Cleveland fans how to behave at the stadium? No, I didn't. And why is he doing that? Are they new to the scenario? Are they new? They don't know why he have to tell them how to act. That's crazy. Stefanski is a 2-time best NFL coach of the year. Not many NFL coaches get that award unless they're a great coach. Dillon just got nominated for Player of the Week, and he's trash. His play is trash. I don't know him as an individual. His football skills are trash. He's not an NFL quarterback. He did not earn Player of the Week. Carson Schwarzenegger was nominated for it. He probably should win it if it's specifically to the Browns. But understand this. Nobody believes Dillon got that award honestly. And now people know how Kevin Stefanski got that award twice. He didn't earn it. There are coaches that ask, how does he still have a job? Because he's a faithful servant. And y'all know what that means. Y'all know what that means. It said Brown Stadium is empty. What, CJ? That's good. I'm gonna have to check on the attendance. I've seen a post on Facebook. Brown, the owner, is selling tickets for $6. How they were selling them. I saw them go as low as $4. Hey Jackie, how you doing? He's selling tickets to help underprivileged kids. So now they want to go and sell tickets to people at Garden Valley. Okay. But they didn't want to help Garden Valley. You see how that works? So they were trying to sell off the tickets. Let's see what the attendance is. Attendance for Browns versus Ravens. It said today, no, that's in September. Let's see today. In September, it was 70,000. Does it look like 70,000 people are there? Might have to check back later. Has not been publicly released yet. We'll check back later. So when they played them September 25th, the previous game, September 25th, it was over capacity at 70,000. It said the current seating capacity for the Brown Stadium is 67,000. But they don't have today's numbers yet. So we have to check on that, guys. We'll have to check on that. All right, let's see. Was I able to get this video up here? Let me see if I can see some more TikTok videos from today. 5 hours ago. It's looking a little sparse out here. Maybe because it's cold, I don't know. But it's not like it was before. People are showing the lot 3 hours ago. It looking a little sparse out there, unless it's a different area. Yeah, the bus, this is it. The bus is out there, but I guess maybe people really did stay home. That's good. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Let's see what else we got. It said, Grand Rising, how you doing? It said, players sound like they're ready to quit already. It's going to be a long day for them Browns. Yeah. And here's the thing. This should teach Lamar. These people, they're not for you. Move accordingly. That's all I can say. Move accordingly. Browns still have the ball. Second quarter, 11 minutes and 12 seconds. Let's see. Dylan is 4 of 8, 49 yards. No, that's not Dylan. I'm sorry. That's Lamar. Lamar is 4 of 8, 49 yards. Derrick Henry, they didn't let him in the game. 4 carries for only 17 yards, 4.2 on average. Lamar Jackson himself, 2 carries, 6 yards. So he came out the negative. He running the rock himself. He trying to make something happen. Keita Mitchell, that's the guy. 3 carries for 13 yards, 4.3. They said Keita Mitchell is the guy that should be starting because Derrick Henry has been underperforming. We'll see what happens. Mark Andrews, they got him out there. Rashid Ali, Derrick Henry. DeAndre Hopkins and Isaiah Likely are both sitting at 0. You see? That's crazy. Defense, they still like defense. Nate Wiggins, Kyle Hamilton. If they've been on the field, they don't have much going on. At all. So maybe they had the ball the most. Let's see. The Browns. Dylan is 4 of 5 for 31 yards. See how they trying to make him look good? Quinshon Junkins, 7 of 34, 4.9 carries. Dylan Sampson, 19 carries, 1 yard, 1 carry, 19 yards. And Cedric Tillman, let's see what they got going on. So these are their receivers. 1 pass for 21 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 1 pass for 7 yards. Check down. So there's 1 pass for 21 yards. Myles Garrett already has a sack. That must have been on Lamar. Nobody else has one, but Carson Schlesinger is shining. Okay. So that's what it is. Let's see. Total yards. You see how close it is? Dylan can keep up with Lamar. That's the message. That's the message. 84 yards for the Browns and 87 yards for the Ravens passing. 31 Dylan, 45 Lamar. Now y'all know. But you see the links they'll go through. That's what this is about. You have to be able to see how extreme they're willing to be, holding back Lamar, who they just did a hit piece on, to make it seem like he's overrated. So when he go in here and he's evenly matched just about with Dylan, there's no point in paying Lamar, is there? Dylan will be the future of what they want for NFL football. So I don't need the Shedeurians. I don't need the players with all this athleticism and talent at the quarterback position because they don't want it. 4.8 yards per play. And now the Browns, 5.6. Yup. I mean, if you got to rig the game, I don't even want to watch it. Both of them been stacked already. The Ravens actually had a fumble, whereas they're going to say Dilla played a clean game. And they both have the ball about the same time. If you have to rig the game, if you have to hold back greatness, if you have to set it up with 21 yards pass look like a 60-yard pass, I don't want to watch it. And what they're not expecting for fans to expect better. They're not expecting fans to want to see Lamar Jackson. They're going to say, well, because we don't want Lamar Jackson and quarterbacks like Lamar and Shedeur and Kale Ward and Caleb Williams and all the other black elite quarterbacks that everybody knows, they some ballers. We can get rid of them and get more Dylans. That's what it is. That's why they go to the Manning Passing Academy. That's why the quarterbacks that come out of the Manning Passing Academy are the ones that you're seeing. Dylan, Tyler Shaw, Jackson Dart. It's not going to be any different this year unless fans decide to stay home. They know this game could be a blowout, so they rigged it. It's already rigged. Let's see if it's rigged for 4 quarters or rigged for the first half. All to make Dylan look like he's good. If you have to dumb down the game to elementary Pop Warner level, so a 21-yard pass can seem exciting, I'm not watching it. And it's not going to be just the Browns that people going to tune out from. People going to realize what you have going on. And now they're going to start to realize the play before the game, the quarterback that they want to hold back, they're going to put out a hit piece on them. Because that's exactly what they're doing. Every quarterback they want to hold back, which black, they get a hit piece on them. And then when they go into the game, like the Panthers going into New Orleans, oh, we need to get rid of Bryce Young. Oh, we need to get rid of Justin Fields. Oh, Lamar Jackson is overrated. They are basically saying Caleb Williams isn't good. It's his head coach. White benevolence. That's what it is. That's what it is, guys. That's just what it is. That's what they're doing around the league. But they're going to get what they want. Because fans not going to pay this kind of money. $600. Who going to pay $600 to see Dylan Dink and dunk? And every now and then throw a 21-yard pass. Who's going to pay for that? While you're simultaneously doing hit pieces on greatness like Lamar Jackson and holding him back. Using his own teammates. As you saw it. They don't have much going on defense for the Browns, but they are propping up Carson Wentz, who's good, but they're making it look like, okay, Myles Garrett, I hope you see the play, bro. They're going to try to usurp you with Carson Wentz. You know what they said about Carson Wentz when he first got to Cleveland? He plays for Cleveland. Well, who the hell doesn't? They all in Cleveland. So they're trying to separate and divide the players. So since Myles Garrett wanted to have accountability, Carson Wentz is who they're propping up to be the face of the team. I hope Myles Garrett see it, which means he probably on the trading block. As heavy as his contract is. And they'll just send him somewhere and let him fade off into existence. That's what it is. That's just what it is. That's what it is. I am rooting for Mahomes also, yeah. It said there's a short showing children chanting for Shedeur, wanting pictures, and a little one reading for him. Oh, that's so cute. That is so cute. That is so cute. Mike Tomlin and the Steelers won. Good. Good. Cleveland looks cold. Yes. Yes. So Elaine is telling y'all about this 2-time coach of the year. I mean, if you think Stefanski is truly a 2-time coach of the year, you don't believe Lamar Jackson is a 3-time MVP. You don't understand why they're doing random hit pieces on him before he coming here to the Browns, and they try to dumb down his skills with his own teammates. When your own teammates selling you out, you can't win. And that's what we saw with Andrews. Then they wanted to move over to Derrick Henry. Now they moving who? Their defense not even doing nothing. Hopefully they're doing something. This is not football. This is not competitive football. This is just holding back Black greatness. That's all it is. That's just what it is. All right. Anybody else scored? Oh, guess who else scored? 6 points. The Cleveland Browns. Ravens, 3. That's what it is, folks. So what that's going to say is, let's see. So the kicker going to get a lot of work today. Time of possession, 11 minutes for the Browns versus 9 minutes for the Ravens. Browns have 1 penalty for 4 yards. Ravens don't have any. They do have 1 fumble. Browns don't have any fumbles. They both 1 sack steal. Total plays 18 each. So they trying to tell you the Cleveland Browns are on par with the Ravens, who won 3 straight games since Lamar returned with an average of 31 points per game. And now they only have 3 points. If you see an oil rig, I want you to understand that's what you're looking at right now. An oil rig. That's what you're looking at right now. An oil rig. That's what it is, guys. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's why you boycott. Accountability. That's it. So Elaine is telling you like it is with this Coach of the Year awards. You ought to see the fraud right about now. You know damn well Lamar Jackson is not on par and Dylan ain't on par with Lamar Jackson. And just like I said, if they're like, ooh, the Ravens won, a lot of bettors ought to be upset because that game, y'all know it wouldn't naturally be close. And if the Browns win, it's to justify Shedeur not playing and Dylan was the right choice. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. All right, let's see. Was I able to get that? I wanted y'all to see the tailgate look like it was pretty light early on. See if I can find it yet. That's what it is, guys. So you're exciting football. That's gone. All right, here it is right here. Here's one. All right, this is one. Share this one. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. All right, so this is today at the tailgate. This was 5 hours ago, so that meant it was before the game. It looks cold. It doesn't look to be a lot of people out there. This is views from the tailgate. It's supposed to be today, a few hours ago. Now, y'all know this lot is normally crowded. Like, normally it's people everywhere. But you see the same diehards. So I don't know if they was just early or people just really didn't show. I don't know. So y'all have to let me know your thoughts. But this is what it is. So the people with the buses still showed up. Now, again, I don't know how many Baltimore Ravens fans came to the game either. Not that they will be at the tailgate, but we'll have to take that into consideration to see when they start looking at the attendance. That's it. Yep, Jameis Winston started today, but they lost, didn't they? They lost. Hey, Isaiah, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So that's it, guys. Y'all can see the attendance that was out there early on. I don't know if it got any better. I don't know if things tend to change. I don't know if things tend to change because the weather's different, or maybe they are truly boycotting. Once we hear what the attendance is, and they might lie, once we hear what the attendance is at the game, we'll see. Now, Bucky is there, right? Bucky is filming today. It said QB Bryce Young won today against the Falcons, right? But they lost to the Saints. Rigged. It said they have a short of the Browns running out of the field. And at that time, the stadium doesn't even have a fourth of the seats filled. Was that for practice? Like, you know how they warm up? Or was that for the game? Let me know. I'm sure when we see highlights, they'll probably try to not to show the stadium as much as possible. Because that's what they do. When the seats are empty, they don't get those high shots. LSU Stadium. I don't know what game that was. I think it was this recent game. Was Sparse. I was like, whoa. Unless they were late to the game. So that's it. Y'all can see. Look at a little sparse, but that could have been 2 or 3 hours before it started. I don't know. So that's that. So as we get more, we'll share it. Let's see here. Oh, 13-3. So 13 for the Browns, 3 for the Ravens. I don't know about y'all, but you got to be out of your mind to believe that you are looking at a legitimate game. I think you have to know that this is rigged. It started with Dylan being nominated for something that he didn't earn, right? It also is what? Rigged against Lamar Jackson, who they just did a random hit piece on. It's up to the fans what they're going to do because this is crazy. So now you have, let's see, let me refresh. Like, this don't even excite me because I know it's rigged. Second quarter, 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Cleveland Browns 13, 84 yards total for them. Passing, only 31 yards passing. Rushing 53. So the rushing game is doing better than the passing game. Yards per play, 4.7. 4 first downs. Third down efficiency, 0 of 4. Can't convert on fourth down either. Total plays still 18. Sacks allowed is 1. They punted twice. Penalties the same. Let's see here. Let's look at the player stats. Let's see. Let's refresh this one more time just in case. All right. Lamar, they have the ball. Second quarter, 7 minutes, 36 seconds. Ravens the first and 10. Baltimore 37. Lamar's 4 of 9, 49 yards, 1 interception. So that must have been what happened. So let's see here. Dylan is 5 of 7, 38 yards. Game manager stats. 9 carries, 34 yards. For Quinshawn Junkins, no touchdown for him. Let's see who on defense must have scored or anything. Interception. Devin Bush, number 30. All right. So Devin Bush got an interception, and we're going to believe that is how he scored. Dylan still does not have 1 touchdown. He's 5 of 7, 38 yards, game manager. Understand this. Dylan Gabriel is keeping the seat warm and lowering expectations so that when Arch Manning comes to Cleveland after next year, if he don't pop out this year, because it ain't going good, and if he still come out next year, or any quarterback they want to roll with, they don't have to be talented. They have to be a game manager. This is flag football QB. This is the type of football they play and flag. Game manager. You're just standing behind a line, looking from left to right. You're essentially dumbed down as a quarterback in flag football. And that's what we're seeing with Dylan in Cleveland. I told y'all Cleveland is an experimental franchise. If I don't want to get Dante Moore, I don't have to. Can go get Uncle Bubba's little brother, this, that, and the other. And he could come out here. Preferential treatment, discrimination, dumbing down the game, rigging the game, dumbing down the sport, taking away the competitiveness. 2, prevent blackness from becoming the majority of the quarterbacks in the NFL that start the games. That's what it is. I feel sorry for Lamar. Let me see how many years he got on his contract. Let me see how many years he have on his contract. Let's see. Lamar Jackson's contract, how many years does he have left? He still has 3 years left. So all they doing is setting it up so that he's not considered the standard. So when I go to the draft, I don't need a Lamar Jackson. I don't. And they had Jalen Milroe as a comp to Lamar Jackson, and you don't hear anything about him. They don't want the greatness from the black athletes. They don't want the athleticism anymore. They're actively showing you that we're willing to dumb this game down. As long as our fans keep showing up, we're going to dumb this game down at the QB position rather than allow 17 of 32 black starting quarterbacks. And they are currently making all black quarterbacks lives hell. They even made Pat Mahomes climb his way up the ladder rather than him play genuinely who he is in his conference, in his division. And I saw the look on his face. I know he like, what the hell is going on? I saw the same look on the head coach for Tampa Bay's face. I saw the same look on his face. Like, what the hell is going on? Y'all being cheated. Because 17 to 32 would give black quarterbacks the majority for the first time ever. And they've been steadily, those numbers have been gaining rapidly. And they're like, I will dumb this game down first. In other words, if I can't be the captain, if white quarterbacks can't be the majority of the QB1s that you see every week, I will sink the whole ship. That's what you're seeing. That's what you're seeing. It's up to the fans to say, I'm not paying $600 for this. I'm not paying $100 for this. They'll throw the whole damn thing away. And that's what they are currently doing. They just got to keep a product on the field for people to watch on TV. That's why we said turn the TV off. Don't go to the tailgate. Don't go to the game. The NFL gonna learn. You chose to go to war. You doing all of this because you can't stand having the majority of your QB1s to be black. So you are hurting them. Character assassinations against them, Lamar and Shedeur, and the rest of them. Rigging games. You rigging games. Doing hit pieces. All of this. So Lamar don't go out here and ball out in Cleveland and it look like Dylan doing something. He not. Shout out to Devin Bush for getting an interception. But Lamar got to tell himself, these people really do not want to win with me, and the Baltimore Ravens are making sure it happens. Nobody's going to sit up and say that Cleveland is more challenging than the Ravens. Come on now. Come on now. That's what it is. So it looks like the Ravens now have 9. Let's see how they got there. Let's see how they got there. Okay, it's 10 to 13. So they scored. All right. So the Ravens got up here 139 yards to the Ravens, only 84 for the Browns. That explains the interception. 81 passing yards to Dylan's 31. See, this is all you need to know right here. You see this stat right here? You see this stat? 81 passing yards for Lamar versus 31 for Dylan. So the Ravens were held back like the Colorado Buffaloes have been all damn season against teams that they want to look better than Colorado. And what has it resulted to for Colorado? They are second to last in the conference. Surprisingly, nobody's talking about Coach Prime made $10 million. They gave him all that money. I am so surprised. So surprised. Maybe they don't have to talk about it because they just got a new athletic director. And y'all feel free to talk about in the comments what you think it means for Coach Prime. Yards per play, 5.3 and 4.7 for Cleveland respectively. Total plays, 26. And they still at 18. Still at 18 for Cleveland. Don't forget, the Browns have the number 2 or number 3 defense in the league. 2 sacks allowed. Lamar has been sacked twice. Dylan ain't done nothing to be sacked. So that's how they keep his numbers low. Anytime you have 31 passing yards, you have done absolutely nothing. That means they held back the Ravens until so Dylan could look good. But Lamar Jackson gonna keep fighting. That's one thing about him. 5 of 10, 50%. That's not good. 94 yards, 1 interception, no touchdowns. He gotta score. He gotta score. Rushing. Derrick Henry, 8 carries for 30 yards, only 3.8 on average, and he got the touchdown. Keaton Mitchell, 4 of 16. I wonder if Derrick Henry has incentives in his contract. Lamar Jackson, 2 of 12. Zay Flowers is a receiver, and Mark Andrews. They're going to keep Mark Andrews on that field. And Rasheen Ali. Let's see, defense. Nate Wiggins. You see how the defense don't have nothing? This is crazy. This can't be right. This got to be wrong. This has to be wrong. What the hell is Baltimore's defense doing? That's insane. That's got to be wrong. Let's see. That's got to be wrong, y'all. Nate Wiggins. Look at that. Look at their defense. 2 tackles. Are you serious? So Baltimore defense is relaxed today. They not trying to make nothing happen. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see their defense not doing a damn thing? So you trying to tell me Baltimore's defense can't keep up with Cleveland's offense and they got 31 passing yards? So Quinshon Judkins must be running all over. You see they're not using DeAndre Hopkins, Mr. Hands himself. You see they're not using Isaiah Likely. You see they barely using Keaton Mitchell when on the receiving side. Then they got Derrick Henry. They not doing nothing. 45, 55, 65, 75, 80 yards. So they holding back the and that should tell you Baltimore in on it. That's why I say they don't want to win with Lamar. 5 of 7 for Dylan, 38. They don't even care if he don't get no touchdowns, interception. But they care about the interceptions. But he didn't really do anything. This man has had 7 attempts versus how many has Lamar tried? Lamar tried 10, but he ain't getting nowhere. They keeping it close. Quinshon Judkins, 9 carries for 34 yards. Dylan Sampson still got the 1 of 19. Cedric Tillman still at the 21. Malachi Corley. Jerry Jeudy for all of that lip smacking about Dylan. And he only got 1 reception for 7 yards. Harold Fanning Jr., they brought him into the game. Now, mind you, some of these people were supposed to be limited play. We'll look after the game to see who was truly limited. Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. I said it. Are they going to try to embarrass Lamar? Because they did a hit piece on him and make him appear to be overrated. The answer to the question is yes. He still have 3 years on his contract. After this year, he'll have 2. That means they can make him an offer. They can extend him at 2 years in. Based on what I'm seeing, they don't want to extend him. They have already asked him about retiring, and he said he's only 28. So what he's not going to get is $330 million. He might not even get what he makes now. So they're going to lowball him. So you're watching Lamar Jackson actively be devalued by being held back by his own team, by the media doing a hit piece on him before they come in here to the Browns, holding him back so he don't ball out against Dylan. So that means the goal is to make Lamar seem overrated. So that's the conversation they're going to have after the game. And to make, Dylan not that bad. Because they're actively dumbing down the game to prevent the athleticism from rising to the top with 17 black starting quarterbacks or QB1s. That's why they let Jackson Dart get out there and get concussed rather than play Winston and the Giants. If you're a betting person and you understand the theory of 17 to 32, you should be rich after this season because you should know exactly what quarterbacks are going to be taken down, depending on who they play against. You should know. So it's rigged. That's just what it is. It's just rigged. Welcome. 128 of us. Hey, Nikki Sofit, welcome. It said the officials will have to help Cleveland out for them to win. It's 10 to 13 right now. Seems like Baltimore helping. It seems like not. And I ain't talking about Lamar. Baltimore's defense got the highest was 2 tackles. Let me go back to that. Let me make sure. You gotta refresh because that's insane. Okay, so this is the defense for Cleveland. Carson Schlesinger is at 4. Myles Garrett is at 3. Denzel Ward is at 3. All these people were limited play. Devin Bush. Let's see if they play the second half. So they play in the first half to step it up. And then for defense, look at this defense. Look at the defense, how poultry it is. Is that defensive coordinator black? Somebody let me know if the defensive coordinator for the Ravens is black. If it's yes, let's see if he worked that next year. Nate Wiggins, the leading tacklers only have 2. Relaxed. That's what it is. Just relaxed. And people who gonna pay $600 for this? See, when you dumb down your product, you need to relax your prices. You're gonna have to relax your prices. This is exactly why this year is so mediocre. This is why this year is so mediocre. Because they do not want there to be 17 black starting quarterbacks. And who is it on this post? Lamar. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is. That's what it is. This is all about narratives that they want to push. This is about preventing black greatness of black QBs to become the majority of the starters, because white starting quarterbacks are becoming the minority. That's what it is. I hope these players know that. I don't know what they know. But the ones that contribute to it, I don't know what they know. Okay, who remembers this chart right here? Who remembers this chart? Welcome. If you're just not joining us, hit the like button. Thank you. It's 127 of us. Thank you. Who remembers this chart right here? That I said this is what was going down. Over here to the right, 17 to 32. 15 black starting quarterbacks. You had 2 in the red. Why? Because Shedeur, they were holding back and Deshaun was injured. But you see how they paired up together. You see up here in this blue conference, is that I never know if that's the NFC, right? Yeah, the NFC. You see how they had all these black quarterbacks paired together? The black and the gray dots are black quarterbacks. The brown dots, the black, gray, and brown dots are black quarterbacks. Spencer Rattler was in yellow because at the time they were trying to decide if he was going to become the starter. So technically, he was a starter. And you see they just took his job from him and gave it back to Tyler Shaw for the back half of the season. Because the quarterback who plays the majority of the games is QB1, right? So that's why Dylan got to play more games than Shedeur. It's not because it's not fair that Dylan hasn't played this many. It's because if Shedeur plays one more game than Dylan, he goes in the books as the QB1. This is about 17 of 32, including what you see happening to Lamar Jackson. And the whole hint to bettors and anybody else that's paying attention was the hit piece they did on Lamar and the fluff piece they did to nominate Dylan. That should have let you know that when the came out that it was a close game, that is rigged. When we looked at the injury report and who was supposed to be playing, they didn't have a lot that were injured, but they had a lot, their starters were limited. So what you have watched thus far is Lamar Jackson be held back in the first half so Dylan and the Browns can get ahead. And they don't care if it's Devin Bush on defense making the play. They're going to say Dylan isn't that bad. He didn't throw an interception in the first half. He's only thrown the ball not even 10 times. But they don't care. It's about optics. It's about we didn't lose the game. It's about Dylan can keep up with Lamar Jackson. So in Lamar Jackson extension year, I don't have to offer him Josh Allen money because he's overrated. All of this is intentional to devalue Lamar Jackson. Because if he would have won his 3rd MVP, he would have gotten to it faster than Tom Brady. They wouldn't have been able to justify paying Josh Allen $330 million. And if they did, when it's time for Lamar Jackson contract conversation, renewal, he could get $330 million with 3 MVPs. This is why we boycott. This is why. I love football. I think it's exciting. I would have liked to watch Leonte, but this is a sacrifice you got to make. Hold on for 1 second, guys. So you could basically see what it is, right? I mean, it's just what it is. 17-32. A lot of people who are with us today already know and understand that this is what it is. But, there are a lot of people that don't. So you can see the movement of all of the black quarterbacks overall. And you can see that there are teams that don't have any at all. Shedeur would never go to one of these teams, right? So when you talk about who's going to trade, 32 teams that hung to the back, they already knew what the plan was. Not everybody that works there, but understand. Shador said his phone number went out to 2,000 people in the NFL. It's only 6,000 work there, including the players and equipment managers and all these other people. And even the equipment managers got his number. So everybody knew something was going down. Some people thought it was a mistake, but it was intentional. Just because why? Because Shedeur himself was number 17. It could have been Kane. It could have been Milroe, but their fathers are not in the NFL that they could blame and scapegoat. But Coach Prime is. And understand that the attack happening on Coach Prime in college ties right into this. Why? Coach Prime has 3 black head coaches. Three black quarterbacks. He also probably could have a black OC in DC. He will be changing the optics. He would have a pipeline to the NFL based on talent, including black quarterbacks that they're trying to actively shun. So Coach Prime being greatness doesn't work for them. It doesn't. It works against me trying to hold back black quarterbacks. So it wasn't just about Shedeur. It's about Juju. It's about Caden. It's about Dominique Ponder. So if Coach Prime want to keep his job, he gonna have to get a white quarterback. And Juju, it's not even time for him to come out. But it's not enough that it's not time for him to come out. They're gonna put somebody like Staub in front of him, which is closer to who? Dylan. So they are trying to actively dumb down the game rather than turn over the reins to 17 black starting quarterbacks. That's what it is. That's what it is. And that's what people need to understand. It said fans have already booed Dylan once. What? Yeah, that's what they need to do. Was definitely hoping Leonte ran it all the way back. Yep. Same here. Blatant accommodating and lowering of the standards in plain sight. That's it. And it's up to the fans. But see, here's the thing. What did Cleveland believe about their fans? That they're loyal, they'll show up. We're not worried about them. They're diehards. And to some extent, it's true. But they're exploiting their own fan base by forcing them to accept a losing culture, which they've already succeeded with the players. They've already succeeded with the players. And I hope Myles Garrett knows the reason he's not at the top and Carson Swessinger is because they could have swapped him out for you. Because you decided to have some standards. You decided you wanted accountability. You decided you wanted to win. We don't want black players that want to win. We want black athleticism that's going to shut up and dribble. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, let's get back to the game. Let's see where we are. I can only imagine what the Falcons are talking about. Because, no, it's got to be crazy. All right, we at 16-10. Second quarter, 58 seconds left. Let me refresh. 16-10. Baltimore Ravens have 10. Cleveland Browns have 16. Yep. Cleveland Browns have 16. Lamar has 1 interception. Let's see what Dylan got going on. Dylan is 7 of 10, 68 yards. Check down. Quashawn Junkins. Let's see who scored again, if anybody else scored. Devin Bush had an interception, which seemingly must have turned into a touchdown. Let's see. The kicker is kicking. The kicker is 3 of 3 today. 100%. I wonder if the kicker make more than Dylan. 10 points, 46 yards. So there you go. Make Lamar look overrated and make Dylan look like he's not that bad. We can keep rolling with him. 7 of 10. Lamar also has 10 attempts. So you see what it is. Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell. They must have heard their fans fussing about Keaton Mitchell because they have him in here. He's still half the carries as Derrick Henry, but they have him in here. Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, Rashid Ali. DeAndre still sitting at 0. Shameful, because he has hands. Let's see if their defense stepped it up. All right, so Kyle Hamilton got 1 more tackle. Shadobi, 2 tackles. They still not doing that great. They defense. It's just giving bought and paid for. It's giving bought and paid for. That's what it's giving. Carson Schwarzenegger's the 4. He gonna be the player of the game. That's not a coincidence. You see Myles Garrett over here at 3. Not a coincidence. Not a coincidence. Devin Bush, Denzel Ward. Let's see if they come out in the second half. 43 seconds left with Baltimore with the ball before the half. 2nd and 10. Baltimore at the 30. They own 34. So that's what it is. That's just what it is, guys. That's what it is. All right, so y'all see what it is. So they get ready to go into the half. All right, let's see what else we got going on. That's it. Blatant accommodating and lowering of the standards in plain sight. Yep. Right. The Cleveland Browns defense need to stop Lamar for the win. It said Leonte is playing good. Excellent. Happy to hear it. It said if Shedeur has expectations, if that ball hits your hands, you better catch it. Remember when Travis said, throw me the ball, they missed it. It said Shedeur was on. Yeah, that's it. I remember that. And do y'all remember the play where we'll check back in on this. Do y'all remember the play where Shedeur was like, somebody was like, my ankle, this, that, or the other. He's like, can you catch it? That ain't what he said, but you know what I'm saying? Can you catch it, right? So, Shedeur expect to win, but see, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want somebody who, if I want the kicker to be the start of the game, they not going to say nothing. That's not how the game is played. The kicker is not supposed to be the start of the game. There's no point in playing the quarterbacks all this money if you just going to dumb them down. And maybe that's the point. That's the point for Lamar today. Understand, as soon as this game is over, every writer that agreed to do a hit piece on Lamar is going to do it. Whether they win or not, this game is close, just like Vegas said it was. But you can see that the defense is not doing anything. Have y'all figured out who their defensive coordinator is yet? It said Harbaugh threw those Super Bowls. And you know they cheat. It said, go Jay Wester. He may break one today. We hope they get one, but I don't think that's the goal. I don't think it was a goal when he was about to break one before. Because if you watch the game, his teammates were running behind the people chasing him. I'm like, come on now. Understand this. Okay, Lamar has come back from injury and won 3 straight, which means he's probably breathing down the heels of, let's look at the standings right fast. Let's look at the standings and see. Now, y'all say the Steelers won today, right? Okay, here we go. All right. Now, mind you, they was trying to fire Mike Tomlin. And I said it, they got to figure out what they want. Do I want Mike Tomlin to look bad? Do I want Lamar to look bad? It looked like it's Lamar. They ain't do a hit. Well, they kind of did a hit piece on Tomlin, but not so much. They came and went. He wasn't playing the Browns, so you got to decide. And it's true, you got to decide what it is. That's why I said you got to ask what the priority is. All right, here we go right here. The Steelers. They won today, right? So they're 6-4. As you can see, Lamar has come out and won 3 straight games off of injury. Now, if that's the case, are you going to really tell me he going to come in here and lose to the 2-7 Browns? The Browns should be at 3 losses after this. And they might, who knows? But as you can see, they don't want Lamar to get up here. Because then who is Lamar going to have to play? Drake May. Who lead the Eagles over here? The Eagles, the Bears, the Buccaneers, and the Seahawks. So that's Sam Darnold. And it could have been Geno Smith because they had the same record last year. Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield. Do y'all think they want Baker Mayfield to win? Caleb and Jalen Hurts. You see how they won 3 straight? That's like when I told y'all the Eagles lost to the Giants early. I was like, they ain't gonna lose to them the second time. That's a gimme. People don't want to admit, and some people just don't care if it's rigged or not. The NFL is like church for some people. It's their social, it's their life, it's what they do. When you have people getting married at these tailgates, that's what it's really about for them. It's just the Browns playing football. We don't really care about that. That's why it's win or lose. That's why there's no accountability. We just out here with our friends having a good time. Now, some people say it's nothing else to do, but I've seen a lot. I guess it just depends on who you are. That's what it is. So, do they want Lamar to come back and win 4 straight? I don't think so. Not with ease. And they don't want him balling out against Dylan because it's going to make the conversation continue to kick up. But what they could be risking is their fans just go find something else to do because this is boring. This is rigged. He's not good. And y'all don't care what we think. That's the risk they're taking. That's the risk they're taking. So you got Joe Flacco up here, 3-7. The Browns 2-7. Just the fact that Flacco he's lost 3, but the fact that he's ahead of Dylan, let's see how long that lasts. That's it. So they got Mike Tomlin and Lamar Jackson. They got to figure out which one they want to look better because it's not going to be the Bengals. Are the Ravens going to climb to 5-5 and keep getting to the front? Or are they not going to let Lamar Jackson outdo Aaron Rodgers? Nobody's going to win 3 and come in here and lose to the Browns. It's rigged. That's just what it is. It's rigged. It's rigged. It's just rigged, guys. So earlier today we showed footage of people at the tailgate. It was kind of sparse early on. Maybe things have changed. Let's see. I'm sure it's halftime by now. Let's see what the score is at the half. All right. So at the half, the score is 10-16 at halftime. Let's see. All right, let's go on X and see what they're talking about. Let's see here. So y'all can see what the narrative is. I asked who was boycotted. It was people over there liking a post. So that's good. That's good. It said the Boo Birds are out for Dylan Gabriel and they are loud. See? So the Browns took a risk and the Baltimore Ravens ownership, coaches are helping. They thought it was enough. They thought it was enough to come into Cleveland and hold back Lamar Jackson so Dylan would look good. And the Boo Birds are out. They're being booed. Let's see if we can find any footage. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. It's crazy how every single QB pats the ball, but it was such a big deal a few months ago when Shedeur came out of college, right? Anything to devalue him. If you need 3-yard Dylan Gabriel will get you 3 yards. Now, if you need 8 yards, Dylan Gabriel will get you 3 yards. Daniel Oyefu saying loud boos after an errant pass from Dylan Gabriel. See, the longer you let him play, his true self gonna come out. So they know to contain him early on. So the game will hopefully be over with by the time before he throw an interception. But the fans not having it. The fans are not having it. That just lets you know, that they not fooling nobody. It said the fans are holding up Shedeur Sanders signs. So they holding up Shedeur Sanders signs. That's hilarious. Dylan, the only QB who could complete 14 of 20 passes for 10 yards. This is good. The fans are not having it. That means their little plot is gonna backfire. Browns have scored 9 points so far without Dillon on the field. And they think fans are dumb. They think fans are going to be okay with a dumbed down product. Fans are not okay with the game being dumbed down. The players are not okay with it. But what has happened to the players? They've been forced into submission. What are they trying to do? Force the fans into submission, and it ain't happening. You paid the players. You ain't paid us. Maybe if you start paying the fans like you do influencers, they'll be okay with it. But you're not paying. The fans are the ones who are paying with their time and with their money. And Cleveland is just not that rich type town. It's just not. It's just not. So shout out to our guy Shedeur, who's getting all the love and support at the game. And rightfully should. He should. He should. He should. All right. All right. We just got our guy Shador on the field. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Thank you. Hit the like button. So today's mediocrity, folks, is brought to you by 17 to 32. Preventing blackness from taking over at the QB1 position. Cheers. The fans not having it. I love it. And I love it. I absolutely love it. Hey, y'all, bro, how you doing? It said, well, Mike Stefanski is a 2-time best NFL coach. Yeah, El Humbro, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to move around with that because we not dumb over here at all. Hey, Yolanda, welcome. The play calling for Lamar is trash. Right. Why? To hold him back. It should show you the extremes they willing to go through to hold back these black quarterbacks. That's what it should show them, and it should show y'all. That's what it should show you. That's why I say in Cleveland, they better go find something else to do. Because they want Dillon. That's the kind of quarterback they want. That's why Baker Mayfield got the hell on. That's why they don't want Shedeur. They don't want Shedeur to elevate the game. They don't want Lamar's greatness. 3 MVPs in 8 years when it took Tom Brady 11 seasons to get it. They don't want that. Lamar Jackson is elevating the game. Michael Vick elevated the game. Lamar Jackson took the baton and elevated the game. Shedeur Sanders was going to take the baton and elevate the game. They are preventing that intentionally. They want to say, Dillon not that bad. He can hang with Lamar. It's a damn shame to hold back Lamar so you can make Dillon appear better, but corporate America sees it every day. Tell me I'm lying. It's the same play. It's the same play. For Mary Kay, it looked pretty decent on the fans. It said it's looking like giving Dollar General some help. That's what it is. That's what it is. It said, doesn't look like the stadium is full. The camera isn't scanning the stadium. That's what they do when the seats are not full. But somebody got photos. They made Josh Allen look good today. Over who? Who did they play? Who did they play? Was it the Bills? Yep. I don't think they want Baker Mayfield. They let Baker Mayfield out, but I don't know if they're going to want him to beat the establishment guy. And I keep telling y'all know why they like Josh Allen, right? I knew they would do this. Have the Ravens throw a game to make Dillon look good. It said, this is the play, but I hope the Ravens don't do it. They doing it so far. Let's see what come out with the second half. Because the defense is selling out their own team. Who's the defensive coordinator for the Ravens? Yep. That's what it is, guys. So they at the half. Let's see. Now remember, there were players for the Browns who were out on limited play. So let's see if they playing in the second half. They are supposed to be and I don't know why they would have limited play. Because are they going to the playoffs? I I feel sorry for Lamar because they keep cheating him over and over and over. And I explained this to y'all. You see how they cheating Lamar over and over and over, whether it's the MVP, whether it's the championship game, preventing him from getting to the Super Bowl, dumbing him down to make Dylan look better than him, to make him appear overrated before it's time to have conversations about a contract. That's hurtful. That's mean. That's nasty. That's ugly. And that's on the Ravens fans to decide if they're going to put up with that. It's on each team to decide. Are y'all just going to sit here and let this happen and keep paying and keep enriching them while they dumb down these people, while they dumb down the sport? Hit the like button. 125 of us. Hit the like button. Thank you. That's just what it is. The NFL is for entertainment purposes only. I just hate Shedeur and the black players are in this circus while being treated horribly. I totally agree. Yes, Stefanski is a horrible coach. Now you can see why they gave him a 2-time coach of the year, because they wanted to keep him around to continue the malfeasance. This is why they already came out and said, we still rolling with Stefanski, and they were willing to find Andrew Berry. That should tell you everything you need to know. Just like, look at the Miami Dolphins. So all of this was rigged to get rid of a black GM. Everything in Cleveland is rigged to keep Stefanski, to keep Dylan, to keep Shedeur off the field. And if I'm going to fire somebody, it's going to be Andrew Berry. Fans need to boycott. Good evening, 420. How you doing? Or if it was just given to him, the way he is coaching this year, he was given that award 2 times. Right. He's not a good coach. Even other coaches are scratching their head. And now we're seeing this is what his purpose was. That's why after this season, he really could go. But if Dylan going to be around next season, they got to keep Stefanski. Because if Dylan's job is to keep Shedeur off the field, to keep the seat warm for Arch Manning, to dumb down the game so that when Arch Manning comes, who's not good, he's going to look a hair better than Dylan. And people going to be so thirsty for success that they going to pay to go see that. And it was supposed to be in 2026, but the plan isn't working. So they got to wait till 2027, which means I have to hold over Dylan for another year, which is why you don't hear them talking about him not being the guy. And I have to hold over Stefanski because another coach would bench Dylan. This is all to keep the seat warm for Arch Manning, who isn't good coming out of college, to dumb down the game so he can appear to be a star. And black players are being sacrificed to do it. But black players got to figure out what they want to do. I know you keep saying you're there for the money, but it's a whole lot happening for that money that I don't know how you can live with. So I'm glad fans are boycotting. I'm glad they booing. Dollar General was sacked in the game. Mm-hmm. A lot of empty seats. Good. Is the person writing about Stefanski an NFL Coach Award trolling? Probably, but he did get it twice, but he didn't earn it. Offensive tackle hurt for the Browns. And who is that? The Cornelius Lucas guy? Batonio playing. I don't know if he was playing. I have to look to see if he was playing. What's the fumble, the kick return? Oh, wow. I hate that. That's a first for him, huh? That's the first for him. I know Leonte ain't in on this BS. No, Leonte not in on this BS. No, he not in on this BS. Because that would be crazy, right? But I can see them going and get him to do it. Because y'all know Leonte, I don't know him to drop no balls like that. All right, so they back. 1st and 10 at Baltimore 35. They saying Leonte fumbled the return, which is crazy. That's crazy. I'm not used to that from Leonte. And they are the kind of people that will go get somebody that knows Shedeur to do something like that. So we gonna just hope that was an accident. All right, so they saying the Browns have 123 yards overall. The Ravens 146, keeping it close. The Browns are up by 6, but the fans are booing, and I heard the seats are sparse. Let me check on the tailgate. Let me check on the tailgate. And fans need to stay home for the foreseeable future. Watch the highlights. All right, I took a poll. Let's see what the poll looking like. I did a poll earlier. Let's see what it's looking like. $115 in here. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Browns got the football back. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, so I did a poll asking who was boycotted 15 hours ago. 168 people took the poll. 97% said absolutely they were boycotted. That's pretty good. So fans have said that they are boycotted. Good job. Somebody asked, did I need to ask? Absolutely, I needed to ask. Well, that's why I asked, because I needed to ask, because you never know. Yeah, you need to ask, because for a lot of people that grew up with football, it's ingrained in them. They win or lose, they show up regardless. So yes, I had to ask. Absolutely, I had to ask, and I'm glad I did. So. All right, let's see where we are. All right. Third quarter, 12 minutes, 41 seconds. Ravens down by 6. Who has the ball? Browns have the ball. I don't know who playing. We're going to have to wait and see. Ravens been sacked 4 times. Lamar has been sacked 4 times. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. Lamar been sacked 4 times. That man trying to make something happen, and they holding him back. Yes, it's rigged. Stop asking crazy questions. Yes, it's rigged. You crazy if you think it's not. You crazy if you think it's not. You might not know why, but you damn sure know it's rigged. You crazy if you think it's normal for this game to be close. You crazy if you think that. Reported, what's the turnover ball? Browns will score. Browns using Junkins again in the red zone. Right. This game is fixed. It is fixed. It's not look fixed. It is fixed. It's rigged. Just think of an old rig every single time. Lamar rushes more than he passes, which still leads to scoring. Yeah, we'll see. It looked like his own O-line selling him out because he'd been sacked 4 times. That's so sad. They're dumbing down the game. Yeah, that's it. Dumbing down the game. That's it. That's what it is, right? They dumb it down the game so Dylan can appear to fit. Because what have people been saying? He's not even an NFL quarterback. So why would you why would you not draft an NFL quarterback? All the quarterbacks out here, why would you get Dillon? They don't want to have to be accountable for that. They don't want to have to be accountable for Shedeur Sanders being behind Dillon. So I have to do everything I can to make Dillon seem like he's an NFL quarterback so he can keep playing. That's why people like, I believe that, Shedeur will play against the 49ers. Why? You don't want Dillon to play against the 49ers? Let Dillon play against the 49ers. Go fix the 49ers in the Browns game. They don't want to do that because Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, the 49ers might have a chance. I don't know. But they don't want to go fix the Rams game and let the Rams quarterback, Matt Stafford, look equal to Dillon. It has to be a black quarterback. So they're not just dumbing down the game. They sacrificing the black players to do it. They're not going to do it to J.J. McCarthy. They're not going to dumb down the game against Mac Jones or Brock Purdy. Or, hell, I don't know about Baker Mayfield. I don't know because they don't play. That's it, guys. It's just rigged. It is rigged. I feel sorry for Lamar because they keep cheating just over and over. And this is how they're gonna do with Shedeur. And we're gonna be like, so y'all took all that time to let it play and you're gonna keep cheating. Yes. Because Shedeur has the ability, like Lamar, to elevate the game to places that the Dillons and Arch Manning can't reach. Mind you, it's not about Dillon. It's about getting it ready for Arch Manning. That's what it's about. Dumbing down the game. It's up to fans to decide what they want to do. It's funny, I don't hear much about the Giants. Yeah, the game is fixed. That's what it is. It's fixed. It's rigged. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Welcome if you're just not joining us. Hit the like button on the way in. This is the virtual hangout, boycotting the Browns. We can already tell you they in the second half and the game is rigged to make Lamar Jackson appear overrated and Dillon appear to be an actual NFL quarterback and to justify keeping Shedeur Sanders off the field. That's what it is. That's what you're going to hear me saying on X all week. On any platform I'm on all week long. That's what you're going to hear me say because that's what it is. It's just rigged. Right? To take Lamar Jackson, who really got his third MVP, and strip him of it. And to make it appear that he's equal to Dillon. And for Vegas to say the game will be close. It should let you know how many people are really in on this. It's rigged. But they're not going to do it to Brock Purdy or Mac Jones or Matt Stafford. They not. That's why they're saying, we believe Shedeur is going to play against the 49ers. And why is that? Because they don't want to send Dillon out there, so they have to rig the game against the 49ers quarterback who's not black. So they're willing to cheat the black quarterbacks. That's what it is. That's what it is. So this is what's being said on X for my account. You have Daniel Oyefuse, who's the beat writer in Cleveland, and he's saying there were loud boos after an errant pass from Dillon Gabriel. Instead, they're holding up Shedeur Sanders signs. So if you're going to go, you better be rooting for Shedeur. It said, Dillon is the only QB who completed 14 of 20 passes for 10 total yards. And it said the Browns scored 16 points so far without Dillon on the field. So here's the thing, right? As long as they not losing or it don't look bad, they don't care. And this is why the fans are boycotting. This is why the fans are at the stadium who couldn't sell their tickets for $4. This is why they are boycotting. For people that don't understand it, it's because the game is rigged to keep Shedeur off the field, to make Lamar Jackson a 3-time MVP, to cheat him, to make him appear overrated. So when they start contract negotiations after this season, he doesn't get his money. The game, the NFL is rigged against black quarterbacks. That's what we're seeing with this game. This is why they're saying, I predict Shedeur will play against the 49ers. because they don't want Brock Purdy or Mac Jones to look overrated. Only the Lamar Jacksons and the Bryce Youngs. That's what it is. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank you. I see more people joining us. So I'm going to leave that on the field so y'all can see what's going on at the stadium, so y'all can understand the vibe, the environment, or whatever. Beach material. Sanders is in the game. All right. So they put Shedeur in the game in the second half. So, like I said, against Lamar. All right. So I'm going to put that on the screen so y'all can see it. Shedeur is in the game. Thank you, Ghost Anessa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, Beach Material. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So y'all let us know what's going on. I can keep up with the stats over here. So the Bulls and the staying home. And they put Shedeur in against Lamar. So let's see what they decide to do. What's the priority? For Shedeur to ball out or for Lamar to look overrated? I hope they get a chance to just play football against each other. In 2023, they took their 5th round pick, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, and had him to play against Lamar Jackson. And of course, he lost. So we'll find out why they made the switch. All right, so here we go. With the player stats, Lamar Jackson, they haven't switched off of him, 7 of 14. And now Shedeur Sanders is 2 of 2 out the gate with 12 yards. Shedeur already balling out. Shedeur is already balling out. All right. Shedeur is already balling out. I'll put the stats on the screen so y'all can see. They done put Shedeur in the game, which means he likely playing against the 49ers, just like they said. All right. Shedeur is already balling out. People decide to stay home, they push Shedeur in the game. See what happens when you hold people accountable. All right, so I'm gonna see the highlights. I'll see what's happening later on. Y'all tell me what y'all seeing, and I'll put it on the screen. All right, so Shedeur Sanders is in the game. Let me text some people. Shedeur Sanders is in the game playing, already balling out. All right, so y'all know that Baltimore's defense was lackluster. Let's see. Quinshon Junkins, 11 carries of 39 yards. People are leaning forward in their seats. They excited. Cedric Tillman, 3 of 53 yards. Myles Garrett has made it to the top with 5 tackles, then followed by Carson Swessinger, then Devin Bush, then Mason Graham. I hadn't heard his name all day, so let's see what's happening. What's going in there? Let's see if we get some real football here. Lamar, 7 of 14. Let me see. Their defense. Nate Wiggins, all right. They just made it to 3 tackles. Let's see what they do with Shedeur in here. All right, so we're going to be paying attention to our guy. We're watching the stats. We'll watch the highlights later. I'm still boycotting because I need to see what the agenda is. But we happy Shedeur is in there. We happy Shedeur is in there. Lamar is 9 of 16 with 127 yards, 1 interception, and let's see where they are. The Ravens have the ball. It's 1st and 10 at Cleveland 39. All right. Shedeur Sanders is 2 of 2. They don't have the ball yet, though. But it looks like they changed already on the previous drive or mid-drive. So we'll see. All right. So y'all just not joining us. Shedeur Sanders is in the game. 132 of us hit the like button. All right. All right, y'all. How is it looking? How is it looking? Baltimore has the ball right now. So it's on Cleveland's defense to do what it do. So they made the switch. They made the switch. They made the switch. I guess the Bulls got too loud. All right. So this is what was happening before they made the switch. Fans were protesting with Bulls holding up Shedeur Sanders signs. There's a lot of seats were empty. The tailgate was looking sparse. Mm-hmm. So they put a star in the game. Let's see what it is. They could have started this game. Instead, the Browns lead 16-10 at the half. The crowd is cheering, "We want Sanders. We want Sanders." Wow. And they got Sanders. You see what I'm talking about? Accountability. Yay! Me go ahead and take my crown. Absolutely. 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 Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. That's what it is. I'm going to save this for later. It said 1,000 likes and I'll run on the field and tackle Dylan Gabriel. And he got his 1,000 likes. It's about 1,000 likes when I run on the field and tackle Dylan Gabriel. And he got it. He got 4,000 likes and it was a 400. He had made it to 1,000 yet. That is hilarious. It said the Browns losing to the Jets is palpable if this leads to drafting Fernando Mendoza. It said Judy was wide open for the touchdown. It said throw the ball down the field. Talking about Dylan. And he ain't done it yet. So Shedeur Sanders is in the game. So our boy is in the game. Shedeur Sanders is in the game. I bet not hear that Jerry Jeudy was open for a wide open touchdown again for Shedeur, because I'm gonna get Jerry Jeudy. That better not be what it is. The highlights with Shedeur are going to be the highest highlights they've had all season. Watch what I tell you. So, y'all know why they doing this, because they know people weren't going to show up next week. Or whenever they play again. I bet not hear Jerry Jeudy passed on a Shedeur Sanders touchdown. I bet not hear that. I bet not hear that. All right, let's go. Let's ride. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. Let's see what it is. All right. So behind the scenes, let's see. I'm looking at the stats. Let me refresh. All right. The score is still 10-16. The Ravens still have the ball. It's 1st and 10 at Baltimore 17. So there must have been a kick return. Shedeur Sanders was in. His stats. Shedeur was 2 of 2 for 12. So I guess he didn't get to do too much because either Baltimore still have the ball. Or something didn't happen. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch the highlights. Quashawn Junkins, 11 carries at 39. Still about the same. They even put Jerome Ford in the game. Cedric Tillman is still 3 of 52. So Jerry Jeudy was 2 of 11. 5 yards. Malachi Corley, 2 of 9. 2 for 9. And Njoku made it into the game. 1 of 7 yards. Okay. And Carson Swessinger. Carson Swessinger is now 6 tackles. Myles Garrett is 5. Grant Delpit 2. Devin Bush 2. That's solo tackles. Then Mason Graham 2. And Denzel Ward. Now remember, they were supposed to have people in the game that were rested. So I don't really know if they really doing that. Gage was out there for 2 returns for 18 yards, 9 on average. The kicker is still 3 of 3 for 10 points. And looked like Devin Bush possibly had his interception. All right, so I'm waiting to see Shedeur get the Browns got the ball back. 3rd quarter, 5 minutes and 2 seconds with Shedeur at the helm. All right, so we're going to watch. All right. Waiting to find out if he snapped the ball. Let's see what's going on. 3rd and 10 at Cleveland 17. They're already at 3rd and 10. So they look like they're about to be 3 and out. Shedeur Sanders is Shador Sanders is still 2 of 2. Quinshon Junkins, they must have Quinshon handing the ball off to Quinshon for 12 carries. So it looks like, from what I'm seeing, Shedeur was 2 of 2 for 12 yards. And on this drive, it looks like they have Quinshon Junkins, 12 carries, 39 yards. And they're 3rd and 10. All right. So let's see if they can convert at 3rd and 10. Did they call a timeout? Because nothing has happened yet. Lamar is 10 of 18 now, 132 yards. He's still about 50%. Shedeur is 2 of 3 with 12 yards. All right. So it looks like they were on a 3 and out. 1st and 10 Cleveland. All right. No, 1st and 10. So they look like they were 3 and out with Quinshon running the ball. Shedeur only had 1 pass. So the ball is back in the Ravens. So they got Shedeur out there for optics because they ain't letting him do nothing. We'll see what happens on the next drive. Because we're going to be talking about it. If they just put him out here to shut people up, it's going to have to be more of us to come together and make the point next week. All right. So the Baltimore Ravens have the ball. 1st and 10, Cleveland 16. So let's see what y'all are saying, since I know some of y'all are watching. Thank you for the super chats, Ghost, Vanessa, and Beach, for letting me know. All right. They said that's all right. No first team reps. He'll bounce back. Yo, Shedeur's fine. Shedeur's fine. Who was picked off? Let me know who was picked off. Brown intercepted. It said their blitzed Shedeur interception sack. Where was the energy when Dylan Gabriel was playing? Because that's the plan. And this is how they're going to devalue him. Instead, we see how the rest of the game is going to be. Yup. So, you know why they put him out there, right? Because it's Lamar Jackson. They did the same thing to DTR. It said, well, Shedeur, be quiet. We're going to have to block you, bro, because you tripping. Like, we're not doing all that. It said, this game is crazy. Everyone say a prayer for Shedeur. This is our guy, right? Going to be some great football today. I don't know, Ben. I heard the Ravens prepared for 12. Shedeur picked off, not good. So, this is the BS. All of a sudden, Baltimore's defense want to do something. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Because what did I say? We've been looking at the stats. The defense ain't been doing nothing. So now they want to do something. You see? You see? Dorian Thompson Robinson. And he was they did this to him in 2023 against Lamar. And the second time, it was the first time they played Lamar. The second time they played Lamar, Deshaun was out there and he won. And I was like, why would you have Dorian Thompson Robinson? Why would you have him come out here against Lamar? They used it to devalue him. So the next year, they had him on the bench in 2024 when Jameis Winston was there. They used it to justify bringing in Jameis Winston. Deshaun got hurt again. Winston had to take over. They used it to devalue Winston and send him as a 3rd or 4th string to New York. I said this was going to happen, that they were going to do him like Dorian Thompson Robinson. And now, sounds like Baltimore defense is in on it. Shame on the Baltimore defense. Shame on the Baltimore defense. Because they haven't done nothing all day. Now they at 3. Nate Wiggins now has 3 tackles. Kyle Hamilton down. He want to do something. Chidobe want to do something. Teddy want to do something. Yep. They taking down their own quarterback, and now they want to take down Shedeur. He's warming up. Let's get it. Yep. He gonna be fine. We know Shedeur. We know Shedeur. Cleveland is not protecting 12. Facts. Who's out there on the field? Drop the jersey numbers of the offensive lineman when you see it, and let me know. Cleveland number so and so. It says Shedeur coming back in. All right. We got it. We got it. We got it. It said, yep, they want Shedeur concussed. Yeah, they want to devalue Shedeur. It said rigged or not. Let's go. 12, right. Let's go 12. Because we know it's rigged. Let's go 12. It said he was. No, I ain't putting that on Shedeur. I ain't putting that on Shedeur at all. They just pissed off that the fans stayed home, didn't really go to the tailgate, and came there with signs that say, we want Shedeur. And apparently were chanting loudly, we want Shedeur at the half. They were not playing. So they gave the fans what they wanted because they want them to come back. But it should show the fans that they have all of the power. So Shedeur gonna be fine. Remember what Coach Prime told you. Use them damn check downs because why? Everybody else is using them. They don't want Shedeur to play his game. They don't want Lamar to play his game. Understand that that's what's happening here. All right, 142 of us hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Let's see where we are in the game on the screen or the comments that were happening in the game that likely contributed to switching over to a different quarterback. But they're not letting Shedeur play his game, or they're going to try to keep Shedeur from playing his game. They're going to try to keep Lamar from playing his game. All right, so Shedeur has the ball. So Shedeur Sanders is still 2 of 3 and 12 yards, no touchdown, no interceptions. Let me hit the refresh button because I think y'all say he got picked off. Yeah, they show Shedeur 2 of 5, 12 yards, 1 interception. Right. So let's see what happens. Quinshon Judkins look like he's the go guy. Let's see. They're already third quarter, 4 minutes and 24 seconds. Cleveland 2 and 5 at the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can convert for 5 yards. So they're going to give us Shedeur, but they're not going to let us play his game. Fans better stay home again next week. Third and 3. Cleveland 30. So it's about to be, let's see if they can convert 3 yards. First and 10, Cleveland. Shedeur was able to convert the first down at the Cleveland 35. First and 10, first and 10. All right, let's see. I feel something coming on here. They were able to convert the first down. Shedeur realized I can't throw that ball. He got to get warmed up because quarterbacks are supposed to be warmed up. So it looks like he's getting warmed up. Third quarter, 3 minutes, 33 seconds. Shedeur at the helm, first and 10. He was able to convert at the Cleveland 35. All right, let's see what happens. All right, 2nd and 8 at the Cleveland 37. So let's see what happens. They at Cleveland 37. Which means they got a way to go. 2nd and 8. Are they running the ball with Quinshon Judkins or are they going to let him air it out? The question is, who's going to catch it? Quinshon Judkins is 12 of 39. Dylan Sampson. They letting Shedeur play with Dylan Sampson. 1 of 19 yards. Jerome Ford. So they putting the 2s and the 3s in with Shedeur for the running backs. If Quinshon Judkins stays at 12, they putting the Dylan Sampson up there, Jerome Ford up there, and they're going to take Quinshon out if they haven't already. Let me know who the running back is that y'all see. Jerry Jeudy is still 2 of 11. Cedric Tillman is now up 3 of 52. And Njoku 1 of 7. So I don't know who the hell he's throwing to. Carson Swessinger is 6 of 1. Myles Garrett is 5. Carson emerges as the star of the team on defense. All right, 2nd and 8 at Cleveland 37. Don't sound like they're getting far. Now it's 4th and 20 at Cleveland 25. So 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. All right. Shedeur is, let's see, let me refresh. So look like they get ready to punt because they're at 4th and 20. They actually converted the first down. Shedeur is 2 of 5 with 12 yards and 1 interception. Quinshon Judkins 15 carries. So Quinshon Judkins was the running back on the play with Shedeur for 45 yards, but they didn't get far. Sounds like they ran the ball more and didn't let Shedeur pass it. Because Cedric Tillman is still at 3 of 52. Jerry Jeudy still at 2 of 11. And Malachi Corley at 2 of 9. And Njoku at 1 of 7. for 7 and Harold Fanning Jr. 1. So they were just trying to run the ball. Sounds like with Shedeur. All right, so let me look at the comments and see what y'all are saying, because y'all are telling me. Instead, they ran nowhere. Right. So they don't want Shedeur to play his game. It said O-line is trash. Thank you, that boy Wig. Thank you. It said on the right side. Okay. Who was that on the Zachary Orr is the DC for the Ravens. Is he a brother? It said get you a game score graphic. Nice channel. What's game score graphic? Is that a brand? I'll look into it. Thank you. I'll save this so I can look into it. So 2 and 3. Who's missing a block for Shedeur? Shedeur can slide. People saying he can learn how to slide. Shedeur know how to slide. Same old plays, same old playbook. Yep. 12. So 12 was the one that ran for the first down. Yep. It says Shedeur stacked again and lost 14 yards. Looks to me like the Ravens defense has been offered incentives to stack 12, probably. O-line can't pick up the blitz, right? O-line is trashing. It's rigged, guys. It's rigged. Who jumped Dylan in the locker room? Facts. I see all kinds of missed blocks. These people are a trip. There you go. So they cheating Shedeur. So Cleveland O-line setting up Shedeur to fail so they could keep playing with Dylan. It's always the right tackle that's trash when they want to sack these black quarterbacks. Always the right tackle. Who is the right tackle in the game? Cornelius Lucas? Let me know who it is. I just want to know who on the O-line. Shedeur has no protection, right? But Dylan had all the protection in the world, but not Shedeur don't have protection. You see, they don't want him to succeed. They're only giving in because fans showed up and showed out. But they're not going to let this young man play a real game. That's why they said, oh, we think he'll play against the 49ers. So now they're going to be like, see, we let Shedeur play. He not good. Like, we stupid. Knowing Dylan is check down Charlie, he don't even have time to get sacked. But they want to block for Dylan. This is what I'm talking about. NFL players are forced to submit to take down your own teammates. If the quarterback is black, this was going to happen. Shame on the Browns. Shame on them players. More to come. More to come. They should have never drafted him if they didn't want him to succeed at all, not even as the backup. But they're going to use this to devalue him when he gets traded. When Coach Prime said, be careful getting yourself into something you can't quickly get yourself out of, this is what he's talking about. Baltimore ain't done nothing all day. Now they want to buck with Shedeur in the game. Yup. He can't escape the blitz. They going to crew him up in the morning. Yup. It said the Ravens, DC is a brother. All right. So you see what's happening, right? So you got a black defensive coordinator who had his team look lackluster when Dylan was out here. Right? Now, with Shedeur's out here, a brother, pitting black players, coach, that's all they do. That's what it is. That's what they do. That's what they do. All of a sudden, the Ravens defense is playing hard, right? Yep. And the crazy part is, the Ravens defense wasn't even going hard to help Lamar look good. His own defense wasn't even going hard against Cleveland's offense. So the Ravens defense was helping Dylan. Now the Ravens defense is going against Shedeur. That's crazy. And the DC is a brother. Do you see what I'm talking about? And whether he in on it or not, but the players definitely are. Rigged. That's what I mean by it's rigged. They don't want these guys to elevate the game to the next level. Ravens defense allowed Dillon to appear like a real quarterback. Ask these players, what do they do? Is your check a little extra? Or they coming to individual players and saying, look, we need you to be a faithful servant? Because Cleveland's offense could block when Dillon was out there, but they can't block for Shedeur. Just like the Ravens defense could even help the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens defense could even help the Baltimore Ravens. They also wasn't blocking for Lamar. He was already sacked 4 times going into the half. Black quarterbacks. When I say black quarterbacks are under attack in the NFL, it's not just by the GMs or the owners taking Shedeur off the board. It's the damn players on the field. But they gonna get it. They gonna get it. They gonna get it. Don't worry about it. They gonna get it. Because they can see what it is. See, they think people stupid. They only pushed Shedeur in because the fans was leaning on their necks. And they're like, here, I'm still not gonna let him win. These people are not going to let Shedeur or Lamar play their best games because Shedeur and Lamar can elevate the game to out of reach for Dillon, for Arch Manning. They know Dillon can't keep up. That's why Baltimore defense didn't do nothing in the first half. But suddenly they want to play. It said, I hope Bucky is getting everything on film. Facts. Facts. Because we know what they're doing. We know what they're doing. It's crazy how they want to block. You know what? I say, if I'm Shedeur, and honestly, I say he don't even need to play for them. Because we talked about this. People like, we want to see him play. Okay, they're not giving him a fair opportunity. They're not even giving Lamar a fair opportunity. They'll hold both of them back. And it's their teammates. And honestly, it's kind of sad. Right? It's kind of sad that your own teammates would sell you up the river. That's for Lamar and for Shedeur. The quarterback that can look good today is check down Charlie, Dylan Gabriel. If this is the product the NFL want, they can have it. They can have it. This is why people boycotting. They're going to keep boycotting. People can see right through this. Have to change the protection. They're not trying to protect for him. They're not trying to protect for him, bruh. They have bought and paid for these players to make Lamar look bad. I said it. What did I say when the odds were that the game would be close? There's no way Lamar Jackson would have a close game against Dylan Gabriel. And when fans wanted to buck the owner, what they do? Put Shedeur out there with no protection, but Dylan had protection. And the damn Ravens defense not even helping their damn offense because it's Lamar. This is exactly what they don't want. 2 elite black quarterbacks playing on Sunday and everybody talking about it. So they dumb down the game. And they have rigged the game using the players. The NFL is willing to throw the whole product in the trash and destroy it than to have the greatness of Lamar versus the greatness of Shedeur with their beautiful melanin week after week after week. That's why y'all need to keep boycotting. And more than just the Browns. You need to start boycotting the damn Baltimore Ravens. Because they've been cheating Lamar. This is ridiculous. They didn't want people talking about this is the game of the week. They want people to talk about who? Josh Allen and the Tampa Bay Bucks? That's who they want people to talk about. So it's rigged. It's rigged against black quarterbacks. And you got to be crazy out of your mind to pay for this type of product. For what? So they can spoon feed you Josh Allen, who ain't even first in his damn division. You see what they did to Jackson Dart. Just left him out there to be concussed. So the Giants are not with a black quarterback. That's what it is. This is why fans are boycotting. No, fans thought they was boycotting because they was just losing. But now fans see how deep it really is. Now fans see they are willing to take this game against the Ravens and the Browns. That should have been a marquee game that people would have been talking about. That should have been on at 8 o'clock because it's two elite quarterbacks. But no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. I want you to talk about Josh Allen. I want you to talk about who I want you to talk about. I want you to praise Dylan. For what? He not an NFL quarterback. But you willing to hurt Shedeur. You willing to hurt Jackson Dart. You willing to hold back Lamar to prevent two black quarterbacks from having the most talked about marquee game of the week. This ought to let you know 17-32 is the agenda because they don't want two black elite quarterbacks playing week after week after week. They would rather sell you a watered down product. This is happening because they think they're doing something, but they're exposing themselves. Because all people gonna be talking about is the game is rigged. It's rigged. And they so damn stupid, they let Dylan play a whole game with an offense, but they Shedeur don't have an offense. And they so stupid, they really set up here, and people like myself that speak Satanese are looking at the stats can see that the defense for the Ravens didn't do a damn thing until Shedeur came out there. And the defense for the Ravens not even helping their own offense because it's two black quarterbacks in what should be a marquee game. They don't want these two to play every week and us go talk about it. I want you to talk about Josh Allen. I don't even want you to talk about Jalen Hurts and Pat Mahomes no more. This is disgusting. This is why we don't watch this shit. You want to have people talking about all white quarterbacks. You want all white quarterbacks. Do it. You can have an all white league for all I care. Because eventually, black men going to start their own after they get excluded. But that's what's going to happen. Because all the NFL is doing is showing you the extremes they will go to rig these games. And who's going to pay for $600 for that? They are telling you, I don't give a damn what the fans want. I will only placate you before I let 17 black starting quarterbacks exist in this league. Before I let two elite, visibly black quarterbacks play week after week after week in marquee games at premium times for y'all to talk about week after week for 20 goddamn weeks of the year, which is half the year. Shedeur should throw the same 5 yards like Dylan. Coach Prime told him use them checkdowns. It's rigged. Yeah, it's rigged. It's rigged. What's the betting line now? It said, yep, it is definitely rigged. It is rigged. It said Ravens defense did not do this during the half with Dylan. It said the black players should be ashamed of themselves. Thank you. Thank you. A black defensive coordinator. Whether he was in on it or not, they'll use this to fire him. See, they don't want to, they put Mark Andrews in a situation and he took too much heat. So I got to get Darren Henry to take down his own offense. Now I got to go over here and get the damn defense for the Ravens to hold back Lamar. His own defense. If you just don't let the damn defense hold it back. The defense was lackluster against Dylan, which means they was working against Lamar. Shame on them. And the black ones, y'all don't get it. Because they can replace y'all anyway. And Myles Garrett, I just want him to know Carson Swetzer finna take his spot. I just want you to know, all you gotta do, look at the stats, look at the narrative they push before the game. Carson Swetzer was nominated as Player of the Week. They do not want two black quarterbacks in marquee games week after week. They don't want you talking about Lamar versus Shedeur, but they put Shedeur. They put Deshaun in this division on purpose, knowing that he wasn't coming out over Lamar. This was all intentional. It's all intentional. His father told him, use them goddamn checkdowns. You better use them checkdowns. They're not going to let you play your game. In fact, retire, school them, and get the hell on and start your own. That's what all of these damn black quarterbacks need to do. Take their talents to their own league where they can get some equity and ownership. Shame on these players. It's just so rigged. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. They want Shedeur to get all of the criticism right. It said Bucket will have a documented evidence on the film for future lawsuit. It said Teller missing blocks looks intentional. Yeah, it is. It said no blocking from the O-line since Shedeur been in the game. Right. So what do? You go to the O-line and say, okay, I need you to block for Dylan. I don't want you to block for Shedeur. How many of that O-linemen are black? Who's out there? And they taking pleasure in this. But you know what? This going to be a short-lived pleasure. Because we see, you're not just taking down Shedeur. You taking down Shedeur and Lamar. So they don't play on TV week after week after week. But you put Shedeur in this division. You knew Lamar was like that. So you set him up and made him try to climb out of the conference, just like you did Pat Mahomes. I told you, these black quarterbacks need to have a group chat. They need to start talking and strategizing on what to do while they're still in this league. And when they leave, they need to start starting their own. And the ones that already been booted out, they already need to start starting it. This is not just about Shedeur. Baltimore Ravens defense were holding back their own goddamn team. So Lamar does not outplay Dylan. And then when they put Shedeur in against Lamar, instead of you being excited and talking about it, they got Shedeur being set up by his own offense. If I'm Shedeur, I ain't talking to none of them. If y'all ain't gonna block for me, I'm gonna just go ahead on and hand you the rock to Quinshon. And he could be the damn star of the team. They were being used to hurt 12. Facts. Absolutely facts. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it, and everybody gonna talk about it. Everybody could see how lackluster the defense was. Everybody already knew that it was uncharacteristic for the Ravens to be held back like that. And now you see why. Because they knew Shedeur was gonna come out here, because Lamar gotta look bad against Dylan. And Shedeur gotta look bad after Dylan. So y'all don't talk about Lamar and Shedeur playing each other. But they put Shedeur in this damn division like they did Deshaun. Knowing Lamar is like that. So they gotta read the game against Lamar. Read the game against Shedeur. So Dylan could look, I don't know. Because he don't even look like a quarterback. Just rigged, bro. That's all it is. It's just rigged. It's just rigged. It's just rigged. But now you see, it's not just rigged against Shedeur. You see who they using. They using the players to take out their own quarterbacks, all to avoid 2 black quarterbacks every week. They using the players to take out their own quarterbacks. Now y'all still think Mark Andrews dropped that ball by accident? No. And in the Celebration Bowl, he ain't dropping by accident either. But people are going to be talking about this game. And yeah, they're going to be a faction of people trying to say Shedeur ain't this, but they're going to get over-talked. They're going to get talked down off that pedestal, because the conversation about the players being paid to set up Shedeur and Lamar is the conversation going forward. The conversation going forward is how the Ravens and their own teammates tried to take down Lamar and Shedeur. That's the conversation. The players must be incentivized to take down their own quarterbacks if the quarterback is black. And that's going to open up the conversation about the Panthers, the Falcons, and every other black quarterback out here that's under attack. So instead of you just wanting to do right, instead of people just boycotting the Browns, they're going to start boycotting the league, because they're going to realize that this is happening everywhere. So all you're doing is exposing yourself. Good job. Good job. Because they got narratives and we got narratives. It's rigged. He's incentivizing these players to take out their own black quarterbacks. Yep. That's why I say drop the number of the O-linemen that's playing in the game. Drop the number of the O-linemen that's playing in the game. They don't have no 3s and 4s. Half of them was supposed to be out. Cornelius Lucas and Botanio. What he doing? Is he playing? Is Taylor White? I believe so. Let's see. I don't know who Taylor is. What's his jersey number? That's why I need a jersey number, not a name. It's that the offense starting tackle got hurt for the Browns, so it's a second string, right? So, what's his jersey number? It said the O-line. We see y'all. Everybody see what it is. It said black on black crime, ain't no chemistry, no protection, and only playing with 2s and 3s. And he should be used to playing with 2s and 3s. So it's not that they incentivizing these players to lose. There they go, saying Shedeur not ready. That's what it was. That's why. And that's what they're gonna be saying. And what I'm gonna be saying is this shit is rigged. That the Baltimore Ravens took down their own quarterback and the Cleveland Browns took down their own quarterback. That's the narrative. That's the narrative. That's the narrative. Baltimore Ravens taking down their own quarterback in Lamar Jackson, and the Cleveland Browns taking down their own quarterback in Shador Sanders. That's what it is. That's just what it is. It's so rigged. The NFL would rather throw this shit just implode, bruh, before they just let 17 black quarterbacks exist, or before 2 black elite quarterbacks play each other on national TV and it be the best game of the season and they elevate the competition. They don't want that. They don't want them getting attention. They don't want them getting the shine. It's both of them. We saw Lamar being held back against Dillon. But then when they both play, I can't make this look good. These black players better start asking themselves some real questions. And I hope Leonte dropped that ball on purpose. Or on accident. I'm sorry, my bad. What's the score? Look like the field goal kicker did his thing. 13-16. And it's the fourth quarter with 10 minutes and 49 seconds. Shedeur is 2 of 6. It's probably worse than that. Let's see. Baltimore has the ball. Fourth quarter, 10 minutes left. 1st and 10 at 35. Seem like they might be getting ready to score. I don't know. Let's see. No, that's their own 35. That's their own 35. Lamar Jackson is 10 of 20, which is 50%. And Shedeur Sanders is 2 of 6. So really, he only has 6 attempts. 12 yards. Quinshon Judkins had 17 carries. Dylan Sampson still 1 of 19. Shedeur was 2 of 11. So Shedeur ran for 5 yards on average. Jerome Ford is last. Let's see. Cedric Tillman, 3 of 52. Jerry Jeudy, 2 of 11. Malachi, 2 of 9. So no receivers really got no action. They're not letting him throw the ball. And Carson Swessinger is their leading tackle with Myles Garrett second. Carson Swessinger got an interception. Derrick Henry is 14 of 106 for 7 yards on average behind Keaton Mitchell, 5 of 22 yards, 5 carries for 4.4. Lamar was 2 of 12. Lamar and Shedeur both had only 2 carries, so they're not really doing too much. And when they try to make something happen, they're being sacked. Nate Wiggins now has 4 tackles. Kyle has 4. Chidobe has 3. They better figure something out. You know, it's funny how all of these women's sports leagues are popping up, but I don't really see anybody making a valiant effort to get real talent and start a football league led by somebody that's black, because it has to be black led in order for it to be legitimate. Because look at the NFL. Blame the black guy. That's all it is. The Ravens been held back all season. Lamar come back. They think he can't get it done. He wins 3, and they want him to come in here and lose to Dylan. And when it don't work out, they want to put in Shedeur. But they don't want Shedeur to get an opportunity. They don't want Lamar to play his game, because they don't want to see two black quarterbacks playing on TV every Sunday against each other, and you talking about that game and not Josh Allen. When people accept that that's what it is, things will change, or somebody will start another league. But this is what it's going to be for the foreseeable future if this is what you choose to accept and pay for. And what the players continue to sign up for. Everybody after this draft, you're on your own. You're on your own, bro. Because you see what it is. You see what it is. They want to trash and blame. And he's not even a quarterback. They want to blame Travis Hunter that they underutilize, who gets injured, but now it's his fault. You see what they're doing to the black quarterbacks. So if you come to this league and you know they forcing players into submission and forcing players to cheat their own quarterbacks, you know what it is. You're on your own. You're on your own. Because if you one of them players, they get you to cheat your own black quarterback and you black, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing when your life go to hell, because it's going to go to hell. It's going to go to hell. Some people are already catching hell, whether you know it or not. You're going to always know your address, because you out here taking down your own man. Whether you white or black, you taking down your own quarterback to help these people further their mission to prevent there from being the majority of black starting quarterbacks. So y'all don't talk about 2 black quarterbacks on primetime TV every week. So that's the game that Amazon won. To protect whiteness at the starting quarterback position. You're taking down your own man. That's the new low, bro. And now y'all think Mark Andrews dropped that ball. Shit. No, he didn't. Not on accident. Lamar Jackson's going to have 3 MVPs in 6 to 8 years, where it took the GOATs 11. They don't want they don't want Lamar to usurp Brady. They don't want him to be the GOAT conversation going forward. All they want you to talk about is the old tired Mannings and the underwhelming Josh Allen. And now Dylan. Until the other Manning comes out, who's underwhelming in college. So Dylan is setting up the seat for him to be check down Charlie 2.0. That's all it is. That's why they're running out, getting all these black photographers and sprinkling them out here so you can see them and go, oh, we're not racist. Yes, the hell you are. Because you're incentivizing these players to take down their own goddamn black quarterbacks. I don't care if they white, if they black. You taking down black quarterbacks because that's what you're trying to stop. Good luck with that shit. Because you've been trying that since 1920. And here they are, knocking on the door with Shedeur as number 17. And yeah, there going to be people out there pushing the narrative that Shedeur ain't good, because that's what they did to him in college. It should explain to you how they rigged it in college. It should explain to you that the Heisman was in on it. It should explain to you that Colorado's O-line was in on it. It should explain to you that the Nebraska game was intentional. So he didn't come out as the number 1 quarterback overall. Ali Talib was correct. He was colluded against in the draft. They're still colluding against him now. And now, since he's playing Lamar, and you saw how underwhelming the defense was, you know they were letting Dylan get a pass while their O-line was sacking Lamar. So these black quarterbacks are being taken down by their own goddamn teammates. Now that's gross. That's gross. Ain't no point paying for this shit. To see them just take down black quarterbacks using the player so they can sleep at night. Yeah, we heard about it. We not surprised. They only put 12 in to quiet the crowd. Thank you. Thank you. That's all they did. That's all they did. That's all they did. Because people wanted to see Shedeur. They're like, fine, but we ain't got to let it win. And they don't. And they not. All they doing with Shedeur is harboring him on, holding him hostage so he can't go start his own league. Because they know 6 million people going with it. And they know it's going to be good. And when I say league, I mean 2 teams. Shiloh have a team, Shedeur have a team. They go out here and they play for each other. I'm going to be talking about this next week. I'm going to be set it up. I got to get a goddamn graphic to put it together to explain it. If I got to draft the goddamn players myself and say who should play because who got waived by the NFL, then that's what I'm going to do. But every player coming out after the 2025 draft, coming in as a 2026 draft, boo-boo the fool, you own your goddamn own. Because if you ain't the quarterback and your quarterback is black, they going to use you to do what? Take down your own black quarterback. And they want to talk about black on black crime. And the white quarterback, the white players ain't no better. That means it's just a league full of a bunch of lames. That's all it is. And that's what it's going to be going forward because that's what you have to submit to come in here. They're not going to get nobody with a conscience. They're not going to get nobody that like Shedeur or that like Lamar or that like or that's going to protect or to stand up. You already see they putting Carson Sweatzer out here over Myles Garrett. I told you that was coming. So I don't know why he thought not answering the question about the quarterback was going to save him. It's too late for that. He'll learn. He's a big boy. He'll learn. It's a new low to see them cheating their own damn quarterbacks. It's a new low. Andrews with that ball is one person. But we talking about an entire defense or an entire offense. The starters. Or whoever they put out there. And they're going to go back into the locker room and want to hide from these quarterbacks. I'm glad I ain't waste my money to watch it. Tie game 16-16. So now I guess the Ravens can come back now. Because why? Shedeur still on the field? So the Browns can lose with Shedeur out there, but not with Dylan. I hope y'all see the play. Shedeur is, from what I can see, still 2 of 6. Is Dylan back out there? Because he's 7 of 10. I don't think he was back out there. Rashawn Jenkins, 17 carries for 59 yards. 3.5 on average, which means he ain't getting nowhere. Let's see who scored. I mean, this is just, it's just sickening. It's just sickening. And when I said black quarterbacks are under attack in the NFL, I bet it was some people that didn't know what I was talking about. But if you watch this game, you ought to see it. If you watched it from the beginning, you should see it. I'm not shocked that they set him up to get sacked. Because all they trying to say is we justify in getting him late. He's not that good, which they lied and said, which came out of Daball's camp, and he got fired. So they want to show him some sympathy. And they don't want 2 black quarterbacks playing each other that are visibly black. I don't care if you're ambiguously black. Optics. This is why they cheating all black starting quarterbacks. So now the Ravens letting loose, right? They decided to wait. Shame on the whole NFL. That's what I say. That's what I say. And here's the thing, right? It shows you how ignorant people are. They think we stupid. They think as black fans, we ain't gonna say nothing. Why? Because they got black players out there setting up Shedeur. They got black players out there setting up Lamar. They got Ravens players setting up Lamar. They have Browns players setting up Shedeur. And they want us to pay $600 for this shit. Hell no. And if you don't want me as a fan, I'm cool. But that's why they're running out and getting all these black photographers so you can see them on the field. So you can say, oh, They not racist. No, they exactly are that. Because obviously it means more to take the competitiveness of the league and to take down your own quarterback. Bad enough Bodygate existed that you was trying to pay people to hurt other players. Now you're paying players to hurt their own damn quarterback. That's a new goddamn low. And all because Shador is number 17. Because they decided to put him in a division with Lamar, thinking no matter how elite he is, Lamar is even more elite. But today, because they play middle and not at 1 o'clock, they're going to disrupt this game and not let neither one of them play their game. And maybe Baker's going to get what they wanted with the 8.5 points. Because imagine if the Browns win, what should do at the helm? They ain't gonna let that happen. They're not gonna let that happen. So they're gonna let this one go to Lamar. But the conversation is gonna be he's overrated because he couldn't even beat the Browns. So that's why the defense now want to come out here and do something. It said them good old boys are on the O-line and Kevin Stefanski dirty work, right? And think about it. As the head coach, he gets to choose. He's a faithful servant, so he gets to choose more faithful servants. So he's essentially telling Shedeur, you come out here and play, but they ain't gonna block for you. And this is why they refuse to fire Kevin Stefanski. This is why he has won 2 Coaches of the Year awards. Because he's picking and choosing, hand-picking and choosing non-black players to take down who it is they don't want at quarterback. Just in case they get forced into it like they did with Shedeur. Shame. Ravens is letting loose now. They want to back Shador. It said ready for the highlights. Yup. It said Ravens back in the red zone. The O-line played good for Dillon. Yup. It said so now Derrick Henry's showing out. Where he been all game? Cheating his own quarterback. This is why. If you know a black quarterback, go suggest that they all get into a goddamn group chat so they can understand that they all under attack. And even when they play each other, they still going to appear overrated. This took a lot of thinking. It took a lot of effort. That's why Stefanski's job is safe next year. Because they're not going to get the quarterback that they want next year. And heaven forbid, if it's Dante Moore, I hope he's paying attention. The Ravens African-American players are playing foul against Shedeur. Nah, this ain't a we thing. This ain't a we thing. The NFL is intentionally divide black players. They intentionally do this, and for this reason, I can't use you because if they all in solidarity behind Shedeur, which you did see for a little time, and they stood against it and still got Myles Garrett to submit. Am I right? And now, even after he submitted, they done moved on to Carson Western. That's why you don't submit. That's why you stick together. Is Jerry Jeudy the leading receiver? No. And what was he saying? So you see those two right now? They've already been demoted. And this is why. If they already paying you, no need for you to cheat your other black player. There's no need for that. They already paying you. But since it's not guaranteed, I have to submit. It said that's exactly right. The Ravens about to get another touchdown. Yup. It said intentional sabotage against both of them. And Lamar and Leonte dropping a damn punt return. I'm like, Leonte, for real? Like, seriously, bro? What's up with you? Because I ain't never known him to do that. It's just a little wicked. And it ain't no goddamn coincidences around here. Where is Leonte West in all of this mess? I mean, he did drop a punt return or fumble. O-line played good for Dillon. Yep. I'm so over it. Yep. It said, this is so true. Yeah, it's facts. It said 12 with the game-winning drive. It said the insults have started. Of course, because it's scripted. It's scripted just like it was scripted to say Lamar was overrated. For Vegas to say it's going to be a close game. For Dillon to appear better. Not throwing interception. Knowing they was going to put in Shedeur. He got an interception. Lamar got an interception. Lamar's at 50%. Shedeur's probably at the same. So Dillon walks away. Well, we should get more quarterbacks like Dillon. then do it. I want you to do it. Because you're stuck on stupid. You're stuck on stupid and you are ruining the product. In business, who creates a product and ruins their own product? The NFL. Because they got to think of every single kind of way to keep quarterbacks like Shador Sanders and quarterbacks like Lamar off of TV every week, primetime games, and that's all you talking about. 17-32. What you gonna do if his teammates are against him? Shedeur gotta play smarter. His teammates against him. What the hell you want him to do? If he throw it, they ain't gonna catch it. They don't even call plays. Do they call plays for him to throw the ball, or they just handed it off to Quinshon Judkins? Shedeur can't do shit. When you, just like what can Lamar do? You think it's good for Lamar to be at 50%? Hell no. Lamar has won 3 games straight, and can't beat Dillon because his goddamn offense is against him, or his defense is against him, and his damn offense too. Sacked 4 times. It ain't shit they could do. And they're not going to let him do nothing. So it ain't on Shedeur. The accountability lies. And this is exactly why Stefanski ain't calling the plays. They did it last year, bro. They did it last year. Cleveland loses. All they going to talk about is Shedeur. Facts. It said no protection for the complexion. Facts. A bunch of Stevens on that Ravens squad. Yup. Ravens have a win probability of 59.4% and they are losing a bunch of times. That's all it is. They're a bunch of Uncle Toms on that Ravens team. And here's the thing. The white players are probably in on it on the O-line, but ain't nobody going to talk about them. We going to call our people. They not. They just not. If 12 gets the winning drive, it is rigged. It's rigged regardless. It was rigged before that. It said praying and believing that the team set up and Shedeur to connect with someone. Shedeur better call an audible or him and one of them players that they called a game to. If they ain't let Lamar win, they ain't letting Shedeur win. Lamar and Shedeur gotta win the same way. What do I have to do? I have to call an audible. Why do you think they threw the ball to Mark Andrews? And not they like it? Who they got Shedeur throwing the ball to? It's rigged. And I have compared these two, and I have said, what do Lamar and Shedeur have in common so many times? The score is 23-16. Lamar Jackson, 2 interceptions, 14-25. Horrible numbers. 193 yards. Intentional. Shedeur Sanders, 3 of 10. Horrible numbers. 37 yards. Touchdowns, 1 interception. Quinshon Judkins still 17 of 59. Dylan Sampson is 1 with 19. Shedeur is 2-11. Isaiah Bond 1-8. So they put Isaiah Bond in there. Got him a carry for 8 yards. Jerome Ford 1 of 2. Receivers. Cedric Tillman still 3 of 52. Harold Fanning Jr. 2 of 26. That's their boy. Understand. Number 44. Jerry Jeudy. When I saw him in there, I'm like, that Harold Fanning Jr. That's their boy. Jerry Jeudy. 2 with 11. So for Jerry Jeudy to be out here acting like Dylan is the guy, do you see? He's not even the second receiver. He's the third. Harold Fanning Jr. is their guy. The offensive coordinator is calling bad plays. You're not allowing Shedeur to get comfortable. Right. They know that. Just like Pat Schumer and Kaden Salter, subliminal messaging to Shedeur to call his own plays. Yep, we hope. So now Fox is announcing Shedeur is finally in a game and it's not going well. Right, scripted. Watch them say Shedeur. Of course, that's what they're going to say. Set up, fixed. Part of the plan. Yep. They are setting this man up, bringing him in with no first team reps, no chemistry with the O-line and the receivers. He has to pull it off on his own. Right. The degree of difficulty is elevated. When the season started, the degree of difficulty was against Lamar. It still was for the majority of this game. But they not, and I ask you, what's the priority? Are they going to really let Shedeur come in and win after Dylan looked like trash and the fans called for Shedeur against Lamar? No. But I already held Lamar back because he had 50% or worse. And he already got an interception. So the damage is done over there. But Lamar should know that his teammates set him up. And hopefully next week, They actually have Talib coming back, and let's see if they let him talk and tell the truth. I'm gonna say it, but let's see if the others get to say it. They're not gonna say it. It's disgusting, bro. Are the Ravens getting back at Sanders for not wanting to be drafted? No. The Ravens are getting back at Lamar. It said, yep, the announcers are flaming Shedeur. Right. You knew that that's what's going to happen. They are not doing anything to help him settle in the game. They're not going to. It seems like they only put him in because the fans selling their tickets, the fans not showing up, the fans calling for Shedeur. So it's just like anything else. We're going to make it harder for you. So they try to make this game hell for him. I didn't want this game. Understand that. I didn't want this game to be the most talked about game of the week. It's still going to be for a different reason. But I didn't want Shedeur and or Lamar. Oh my God, that was such an exciting game. So-and-so won, but damn, they both balled out. That's not going to be the narrative. The narrative is going to be Lamar is overrated and so is Shedeur. See, he wasn't good. He deserved to be a 5th round pick. Understand this. There will never be a time that it is okay for the owners to have taken Shedeur off the board because they lie on certain players every year. And they knew that was some bullshit. And it had nothing to do with his skill set. They knew it was a character assassination. All of this is designed to say they were right. They were never right. Y'all can come back to the game now. Don't. Stay home. And the Ravens fans now need to boycott. See, that's what needs to happen. They think they can control what fans gonna do by the narrative that they push. Now, the Baltimore Ravens fans should be pissed off that the Baltimore Ravens players are cheating their own damn quarterback. That's cannibalism. That's how I see it. I just see it as cannibalism because, oh man, right? You know what happens with black quarterbacks, and you're going to participate in taking down your own quarterback because he's black. And I'm talking about Lamar. I hope they put Dylan out there versus the 49ers. Let me see them cheat them next week. Let me see them hold back Brock Purdy or Mac Jones. I want to see it. For Dylan, I want to see it. It said once he settles in, he's going to be good. I don't know if he's going to be in this league. I don't know if he's going to be in this league. They think they can get rid of Shedeur. Fans, nope. Going nowhere. It's too many. It's too many. It's too many. It said Bucky will get the true picture. Facts. It said, yup, just a bunch of Sambos and Jumbos out there. Yup, that's just what it is. And you just got to call it what it is. One thing for sure, they're going to ask Coach why he wasn't with the first team reps. Let's see if they ask that question. Because understand this. Ain't none of them free thinking that's putting out this sham job on Shedeur. Some of them probably knew it was coming. They give us the Ravens this win. Right. Vegas gave Ravens 8-point. What's the spread right now? They gave them 8-point win. And we were like, why would it be close? 16-23. Let's see. Let me refresh. Cleveland have the ball, 35. Baltimore, 25. 23-16. Let's see. Y'all say Shedeur still out there? Shedeur is 4 of 14. 47 yards. Oh, that's so hard. Bullshit. It's Reed. Cedric Tillman still 3 of 52. Harold Fanning 2 of 26. Harold Fanning got 13 yards per catch while Shedeur was out there. Seemed like it. Jerry Jeudy finally made it to 3 of 21 with 7 yards each. He's their third. And Joku still 1 at 7. Dylan Sampson still 0. Quinshon Junkins 0 receiving, and Isaiah Bond. So they call it straight cookie cutter plays. Jerome Ford still at 1. Isaiah Bond still at 1. So it looked like it's all Quinshon Junkins, maybe. Shedeur Sanders 3 of 16. So Shedeur Sanders taking things that matters into his own hand. If he'd have played from the beginning, I don't think it was ever going to be a real game, though. But they're not going to never let these two play a real game. You have to understand for them what's at stake. And here's the thing. They've been cheating black quarterbacks, right? Going back to 1920, banning them. Or when they couldn't ban them no more, trying to convert them to other positions. And when they didn't do that anymore, that's when you get the Michael Vicks, right? And when that didn't work out, I'm still moving forward, right? Well, even 2010, 2011, Cam Newton said it. It was kind of like me and a few of us, but now black starting quarterbacks are becoming the majority. And you see the extremes they're willing to go through to prevent that. When people accept that that's what it is, and accept that the more melanin you have, the worse it is for you. Look at these two. Their own teams cheated them. They didn't cheat each other's teams. They cheated their own quarterbacks. That's the most disgusting part of this all. The Ravens cheated Lamar, and the Cleveland Browns cheated Shedeur. What this game has proven is that the players are willing to cheat their own quarterbacks. That Cleveland's O-line is willing to cheat Shador, and that the Ravens O-line and defense is willing to cheat Lamar. That's it. That's all this game proves. It shows you how deep this is, how serious this is. That's what it shows you. Let's see if Vegas get their way with the 8 points.
On the beach.
That's bad, bro. See, I mean, ain't no point you having a league if you're gonna cheat your own your own quarterback, excuse me. It's no point in having a league if you're gonna cheat your own damn. You're supposed to be getting the other team. So Bounty Gate had to come and go. They got busted. So now we're gonna try something new. I want you to cheat your own quarterback. Jesus. Now, if you come in this league on your own, you sign up for the 2026 draft, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, because you're going to have to submit to cheating your own man, and you probably went to college with him. He could have been your own college quarterback. But if he black, you're going to have to cheat your own goddamn quarterback. There's no point to the league existing if you got to cheat your own quarterback to throw the game, to keep it from being exciting, because 2 black quarterbacks will be the most talked about for the week. That's why you didn't know Shedeur was going to play, because you would have talked about it, and everybody would have wanted to watch it. I don't want you to watch it for that reason. I want you to watch for Dylan. Disgusting. This crazy. Again, for those in the back. Yep. And this is why they had Kevin Stefanski to switch off, because they didn't want you to say Kevin Stefanski, but it's his playbook. It's his schemes. It's his game plan. It's still Kevin Stefanski. And people still gonna say it. The unexpected is coming. Understand that. This is insane. All I see is that they cheat their own players. I'm like, I didn't even look at that part except for out of Mark Andrews, but that's one person. Now I have O-line and defenses taking out their own quarterbacks and holding back their own offense. That's crazy. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. This not even football no more. We so far past playing football. Like, this is insane, bro. 135 of us, hit the like button. Shout out to y'all that's been rolling the whole way. And when they fired the Ravens defensive coordinator who black, don't say nothing. Because if he didn't know about this, they set him up too. You see, Cleveland defense can't be held accountable for nothing. Lamar is going to get the win, but want the Browns QB. Nah, they not. No lies told. It is what it is. Yes, the goal is for Josh Allen to win the Super Bowl this year. Yeah, and I don't know how you're going to get there second behind Drake May. Or they going to cheat Drake May? Probably. They left Jackson Dart out there to get concussed so they can keep two black quarterbacks off the field. Miami Dolphins playing like trash till they fired their black GM. When Stephen A., not to quote him, but when he said they fired him because he was black. Facts. They cheating Shedeur because he's black. They cheating Lamar because he's black. And they using their own teammates to do it. That is sickening. What is the point of this? So you can get the TV revenue from people watching you cheat two black quarterbacks and they teammates cheat them. This is why you don't watch. Because that's all they care about is the TV revenue. Don't watch that shit. And the Ravens fans need to start boycotting. Because they already felt like something was suspicious. I think in the Bills game, in another game. And they've been side-eyeing each other to the point I think some of them stopped talking about it if they're associated with the And I hope and pray that Leonte dropped that ball by accident. Because bro, this is crazy. This a new low right here. See, this is why Shedeur is still in Cleveland. Because if he was gone, we would have never saw this. You should now see what they willing to do to prop up Dylan. And you know it ain't about Dylan. It's about who coming after Dylan. Pay attention. It's about Arch Manning. It said, held them to 3. Yeah, Shedeur about to shine. We shall see. Shedeur doesn't do well when he enters in half. No, Shedeur is a good quarterback. Shedeur is a good quarterback regardless. They're intentionally not holding him back. What happens with Shedeur is just like what's going to happen in Colorado. Oh, okay, this is what we're doing? Okay, so he's going to have to make something happen. But see, this is the thing. He's not playing with Travis. He's not playing with Jimmy. He's playing with their people. So his own teammates are against him. The O-line is going to block for him, but he knows how to get out of that. I need a Travis down there. Somebody that I know going to get this ball. I need a Leonte. What's Leonte to do that? He don't have that. See, he had time to build chemistry with them. They're intentionally not allowing that to happen. And it's not just because they don't want him to look good. They don't want them to support him. This is about division, divide and conquer. I say put Dylan back out there for the rest of the season. He ain't got to play. Because if you're going to let him keep sticking his sack like this, the Rams game over and over and over, no. And then they're going to say the Panthers game was a fluke. That's bullshit. Cleveland taking down their own quarterback. The Ravens taking down their own quarterback. And that's not new for the Ravens. You should know that Lamar Jackson has been cheated every step of the way by the Ravens. Not by other teams, by the Ravens. People talk about Shedeur can't be that bad. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to entertain them kind of comments because I know what it is. I got my talking points for the week. I'm boycotting the NFL, period. Yep. And a lot of other people should feel that way. It said the Cleveland Browns want to push Shedeur in a bad light so they can justify all of their wrongdoing. Right. That's all it is. That's just all it is. It's that you have to play with people to know how they play. Like they played with Travis. He knew how to throw to Travis. It's not just that, though. It's not just that, right? If I let them get chemistry with Shedeur, it's going to be harder for me to turn them against you. It's going to be harder for me to send one of them wide receivers out there to drop the damn ball like Andrews did with who? So I'm going to send a tight end that Shedeur don't have no chemistry with. Why do you think when Shedeur and Gage were balling out together, they separated them? Is Gage a receiver? No. Because if he was, they know what time it is. They are cheating their own players. They are using the coaching and the players to cheat their own quarterback. And this is happening with the Ravens also. I don't have time to watch all these teams, but I'm willing to bet you the Panthers cheated Bryce Young. I'm willing to bet you the Falcons cheat. I know the Falcons cheated Michael Penix Jr. I already know that. I know they trying to move him out. I know they trying to move his head coach out. These guys are not having the opportunity to just play football. They are actually jumping hurdles against their own teammates who have been either incentivized or extorted into taking down their own quarterbacks. Offensive line is letting them all through. And we know what that looks like from Colorado. Other fans don't. We know what it looks like. Score 13-16. Shedeur coming back out. Oh, that was earlier. Let's see. Let me check the score for y'all. I still see 26. Oh, that's the final. All right. So the game is over. Let's see if Vegas got what they wanted. 7-point game. Vegas said it was a close game with 8 points. So did Vegas know Shedeur was going to get out here? Did they know what the plan was? So the Ravens moved up one more. 7-point game. Vegas said it was going to be an 8-point game. So the bettors won today. The playbook catered to Dylan's style of playing. Right. That's why they said Shedeur should never be out there until he's QB1, because it's just going to be Dylan's game plan. Facts. And that's what it was. That's what it was. So that's what it was. I see it final. Let me see. Let me click the score. Let me see. I don't know what game is tied, but it say final score 23 Ravens, 16 Browns. The Ravens won and have now elevated to 5-5. The Browns go to 3-7. So that's what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. New comment. All right, let me go. All right, so it said Gage dropped the winning pass. They need receivers, period. Gage dropped the pass? That's crazy, though. It said the team is a trip. It said the Ravens head said they was practicing for Shedeur, so they knew what time it was going to be. It said this isn't the outcome. I meant overtime. Oh, okay, thank you. It said this isn't the outcome we wanted for Shedeur, but there's a lesson in everything. I totally agree. It said time for him to realize that these people don't have his best interests at heart. These people don't have his best interests at heart. He needs to move accordingly. Hell, this message is for him and Lamar. This message is for Lamar. This message is for him and Lamar. The way that they smoothed this over in Baltimore, they won the game. So they're going to tuck this aside and keep it pushing. But when it counts, this is exactly what you saw today in the first half, is how they're going to use to take down Lamar if he gets to any championship game or any playoff game. Because he's not Josh Allen. And he's not white. He's black. He's not white. People don't want to admit that's what it is. But this game right here should show you that the defense for the Ravens didn't even help their own offense. And the offensive line had Lamar sacked 4 times before the half. And then they had Shedeur sacked, probably excessively. Also, Dylan could look good. And we don't talk about this game as being one of the most exciting games of the week. And we want to see more athleticism. That's what this is. And it's gross. It's not even competitive football. It's just rigging, collaboration, collusion. That's what it is, guys. That's just what it is. It's insane. This is insanity. 150 of us hit the like button. Let's see. Clara, is that you? Oh, who is that? Let's see. Kino? It said, love your channel. Your insights are unmatched. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. All right. Well, come back and hang out with us again. We'll be here again. We'll be here again. So let me see who it is the Browns play next, because I heard they say Shedeur going to start against the 49ers. Are they going to let him play his game? I doubt it. Shedeur going to have to buy the offensive line Rolexes. And that's probably still not going to help. Let's see. So if the Browns won, who they play next? I mean, the Browns lost, excuse me. Who they play next? Oh, they play the Raiders. So they say Shedeur going to start against the 49ers. So they're going to go against the Raiders. All right. So they let Shedeur play against Lamar. They might let Shedeur play against the Raiders. They might split it up. They might start it at the beginning. All we know is they're going to use the narrative against Lamar that he's overrated. Against Shedeur, he was never that good. Therefore, but I'm going to be right over here on every goddamn platform telling the truth until somebody picks it up and runs with it on a bigger platform. Because that's what happens. That's what happens. That's what happens. And that's what's supposed to happen. I don't have a problem with that. But that's what it needs to be. It needs to be that the Ravens cheated Lamar in the first half. And when Shedeur came in, the Cleveland Browns cheated their own quarterback because he's not Dylan. I'm putting it out there. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So, all right, 160 of us, hit the like button if you're just not joining us. I know the highlights probably should be good to go. Let me see if I got them. Let me see if I can get them real fast. Might as well, may as well. All right, so let's see. They might not come out that fast. They know people waiting on the highlights. Browns versus Ravens. Highlights, let's see. Highlights. Shador Sanders completes his first pass in the NFL. Okay, somebody put that out there. The NFL put that out there. Shador Sanders completes his first pass. I guess I'll wait till Bucky put it out. Then the Baltimore Ravens highlight Kyle Hamilton brings down Shador Sanders for the sack. And then Shador Sanders' first NFL completion goes to Cedric Tillman. Can't mix pick six alert. Devin Bush's first touchdown. All right, so there we go, guys. That's what it is. Lamar and Shedeur were both taken down by their own teams. Somebody had to win. It was not going to be Shedeur. Lamar was taken down in the first half and held back by his own team and propped up Dylan. And Shedeur was held back all the time he played. And people say they only put Shedeur in the game because to shut the fans up. And that's quite possible why so many players were limited play from the beginning. I say if they want to roll with Dylan, let them do it. Because they got some hard games coming up. And all they're going to do is push Shedeur out there and use these games that his own offense takes him down, just like in Colorado. And Shedeur overcame that. And believe me, he can overcome this. But who going to catch the ball? Shedeur overcame it, but who going to catch the ball? Travis is not out there. Jimmy not out there. Leonte don't play for the Browns. Will Shepard play for Green Bay. Jimmy played for the Panthers. Who he gonna throw the ball to? Who can he trust? Did he have any drop passes today? Meaning, did any of his receivers? I heard Gage drop one. Now that's gotta hurt. We don't know if it was intentional or not, but I know they're gonna be somewhere practicing. I know them two gonna be somewhere practicing if it was an accident. Leonte dropped a fumble. Very, very shocking. I pray to God it was an accident. Because the defense sold out for the Ravens, sold out the Ravens. The offense for the Ravens sold out Lamar Jackson. The offense for Cleveland sold out Shador Sanders. Two black quarterbacks. And it confirms what I have said, that black starting quarterbacks are under attack in the NFL because Shedeur, who was supposed to be number 17, done the dirtiest of any draft that any of us have ever watched, was put out there so the fans could shut up and he could look bad. And they took turns. They let Lamar look bad in the first half and Shedeur look bad in the second half. Why? So you don't sit up and talk about how exciting the game was with Shedeur and Lamar playing each other so that they'll end up on a primetime game. That you'll talk about only them and not the Josh Allens and the Brock Purdy's and the Mac Jones. This was intended sabotage of Lamar Jackson by the Ravens and Shedeur Sanders by the Cleveland Browns because of 17 of 32. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to always be. There are 16 black starting quarterbacks. Shedeur was 17. They was not going to let him get out here and win. But they will put him out here and let his own team sell him out, just like the Ravens put Lamar out there in the first half and sold out their own MVP quarterback, two-time MVP quarterback. Because racism is more important than NFL. Racism matters in Cleveland. It's more important for Stefanski to look like a good coach so he can keep taking down black quarterbacks than it is for Shedeur, a black quarterback, to bring a victory for the fans. It's more important for Lamar to get held back and have climbed his way out of his division. And for Mark Andrews to not hold on to a ball than it is for Lamar Jackson to bring a victory, a Super Bowl for the fans. So the NFL versus the fans. And that's what it needs to be every day going forward. So I hope you know that was the lesson for today. The fans versus the NFL. And I said from the very beginning with this bullshit with Shedeur, the NFL want to go to war with its fans. This game right here was the first strike. Thank you, Keno. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Well, y'all, that was it. Y'all see what time it is. You know what to expect. Don't be crazy out here and expecting anything. Keep boycotting. And not the Ravens, y'all need to join in. Y'all need to join in. Because y'all might have won this game, but they cheating your quarterback. And they using their own players to cheat their own quarterback, which means if you get to that divisional or you get to that AFC game again, y'all gonna lose. Understand that. Understand that. It said the NFL will not let these raggedy Ravens go anywhere. It said 4-16. Yeah, we're not gonna even talk about that. It said Browns couldn't get no calls. Right. Because they're not supposed to win. It's on them receivers in the O-line. It said Shedeur put the ball right there. So now he knows what receivers are his friends, right? Now, see, this is what it does for Shedeur. See, Shedeur get all the love in the locker room, right? So you got people who have been incentivized because there's too many people doing it at the same time. They ain't all jealous. Understand that. This proves, people didn't want him to get out here because we knew that they was going to expect. Shedeur is that good, they wouldn't even give him first team reps. And then when they got the opportunity, they couldn't catch the ball. I say give people what they want. I say screw them. But see, I ain't the one waiting on the Lord. He is. And this was a message for everybody. This boycott should spread from the Browns to the Ravens because the Ravens took down their own quarterback and held him back until the black quarterback showed up on the field on the opposing team. And then he got the pass and the green light to go. So they pitted Lamar against Shedeur. But they cheated both of them and the fans because y'all wanted to see an exciting game. Did you see one? That's why the fans need to boycott. You saw a hot mess. The receivers can't catch. Now they're going to say, see, it ain't Dillon. Shedeur, you did great, son. But you need to revisit that back injury. They play you, but won't give you first team reps. I agree. I say screw it. Let Dillon roll all the way out because now they just going to make you look crazy every day. Plantation football. That's a good way of calling it. That's a good way to say it. Raiders are playing, they're going to be in Las Vegas. Okay, all right. I'm happy Shedeur is going through the process with family. They just showed he can't trust no one but family and friends. Now, I want y'all to understand something. They invited Bucky to this game to watch his brother be taken down. Do you see what I'm saying? They don't care about nobody. Racism is all that matters. This is the second time. They invited Bucky knowing that regardless of when he got in the game, they were not going to protect for him. They weren't going to catch these balls. They was going to actually betray their own quarterback. They invited Bucky knowing what would happen. Now, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? So I'm going to be waiting for Bucky video, and we're going to probably do a reaction to Bucky's video. And if it's scathing, if it's good, then they ain't going to invite him back. I'm like, but I hope you don't care. They set him up, so we're going to listen to see what Shedeur have to say, how he feel about everything. He ain't going to tell you what it is. But from Colorado, we know what time it was. We knew the O-line sold out Shedeur, but the receivers never did. And when I saw Harold Fannin Jr. in the game, I was like, oh, that's their boy. Because it is. He's also a tight end. So, let's see if the narrative about Shedeur not getting first team reps makes it to the surface. My talking points is how rigged this game was against both black quarterbacks, and their own teams took them down. The Ravens didn't take down Shedeur. They might have sacked him, because why? Because the O-line allowed it. Instead, he gave the O-line some prime shoes when they played against the Carolina Panthers. Did they have them on today? It said, please let Shedeur start for the rest of the year. I want people to beg for someone else. Huh? It said, Gage dropped the ball. So surprising. So surprising. So surprising. Shedeur needs to have that oblique injury again. Something. It said, none of the receivers can catch. Play calling was bad. So the play calling was bad. The receivers couldn't hold on to the ball, and the O-line couldn't protect. So essentially, Shedeur don't have a team. I'm going to make note of that. That's crazy. Just insane. I'm like, the extremes people are willing to go to hold back black quarterbacks has just reached a new low. Or two heavily melanated black quarterbacks. That's really what it is. Because after the Super Bowl, they were talking about Pat Mahomes like he won, and they just totally overlooked Jalen Hurts. They have all the quarterbacks that I just mentioned have two black parents. That's who the war is against. That's why I asked y'all, is Jordan love Mama White? Because what's going on here? What did I say about Armand St. Rob Brown or whatever? It says Mama White. Yep. That's the only way they can only half stay in you. I already checked. Dante Moore's parents are black. Both of them. So that's what it is, guys. The O-line didn't protect. They set him up. The receivers can't catch. People say they trash. They couldn't catch for Dylan. I don't know. But they can catch in practice, so I don't know. And why they didn't put those people in, I don't know. Right? The O-line, the defense, the Ravens defense, straight trash. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Tom Brady couldn't do nothing with that trash. It said, peace and blessings. What she said in chat. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? He gone. I'm a mod, Ash. That's crazy. Judy caught a good pass. It said, dropping in the end zone. I can't believe Gage would drop a ball in the end zone. That's just kind of weird, right? They dropped a lot of balls. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check on that. Gage was better doing training camp. That's kind of weird. That's just kind of weird. Just as weird as Leonte fumbling on a return. You finally got to see a Ravens game. I have been telling you, the team, the coaches included, have been selling him out. Yep. Who's that? Spiritual. Okay. Welcome back, Spiritual War. So they still selling him out. It said, Shedeur Sanders shows the most promise. I don't care. Yeah, he's better than Dylan. That's obvious. It said Dylan is under concussion protocol, and I doubt that he will be cleared within 1 week. Therefore, Shedeur is going to start next week against the Raiders and probably the following week if Dylan is cleared. So Dylan has a concussion? How many times did he say? Once? It said the receivers weren't getting any separation from what I could see. Okay. It said Shedeur still look good though. Okay, all right. We're gonna watch them highlights because everybody else is too. It said game was going at a snail's pace. Browns and Ravens on some BS. There you go. It said where they sacked Shedeur, Kyle Hamilton put up a wrist. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. All the way set up. Yep, definitely a setup. Definitely a setup. Receivers, okay, both teams weren't getting any separation. Disgusting. It said that the Ravens had to fight against the Browns at a blowout. It said, is anyone allowed to comment on this channel? You do? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let us know what you mean. It said they weren't blocking for Lamar. Yeah, and here's the thing. That ain't new. That's not new. Remember the summer when I was sitting outside and we were watching, what was that game? That the Bills came back on them? They want to keep Lamar in the pocket instead of letting him use his legs. Understand that. If he used his legs, he could get the hell out of the pocket. Forcing him into the pocket is how he could get sacked. But that's the game they want him to play. And if Lamar wants to play in the league past the next 2 years, he gonna have to submit. And it still ain't gonna work because it ain't working for Myles Garrett. So that's all I'm gonna say. They weren't blocking for Lamar. That's true. Yeah, we talked about that in the summer. We did. We talked about it in the summer. And when we watched that game where Andrews dropped that ball, I said it was rigged then. And I said it. I said after that, I said Lamar Jackson, after Andrews dropped that ball, I said Lamar Jackson needs to ask himself, do the Ravens want to win with him? The answer is no. People don't know. They were going to trade him. They were going to trade him rather than give him a guaranteed contract. And he had won the MVP twice in a very short amount of time. And they stole it from him in the third. And they're making him look bad because it's time for him to start talking about contract extensions. And they already asked him about retiring. And he said, I'm only 28. They're trying to push Lamar out by devaluing Lamar Jackson. You heard it here first. They're trying to justify keeping Shedeur on the bench and never reaching QB1 for a season, the majority of the season, by setting him up to fail like they did the Rams game. And I don't know what receivers he can trust. I really don't. Because if Gage dropped the damn ball, I don't know what to tell you. I just said I hated cheering for those. Yep. It said Shedeur didn't have a snap with the first team until he entered the game after Dillon was pulled to injury. If he'd had an O-line, it wouldn't matter. That's what people don't understand. Here's the thing. They know how elite Shedeur is. They know Shedeur is him. They know what to do because who over there did it to him last year? Pat Schumer. The Rams game, same thing. Except it was a tight end that couldn't hold on to the ball. Not the receivers came because they already divided the locker room and pit the black players against them. It's okay. It is okay. Because the black players are intimidated into shining with Shedeur, cheering for Shedeur. That's just what it is. But that's the NFL itself. I can't believe how Stefanski clapped when Shedeur got sacked. I didn't see him. It said Donald Muhammad, they just want to fill those seats. That's all. They don't care. What's the next home game? Let's see. The next home game. Let me look. That's just crazy though. Let's see the Browns. Next home game. So they're playing the Ravens on the Raiders next week. And y'all say Dillon is in concussion protocol. So they let Shedeur play against Lamar, let Shedeur play against Geno, and letting Shedeur likely play against the 49ers because Dillon ain't going to look good. And I can't rig all these games. I can rig this one against Lamar. I can maybe rig it against the Raiders, but I can't rig it against the 49ers. Because they don't mind taking down Lamar. They don't mind taking down Geno. But they do mind taking down Brock Purdy or Mac Jones. So I can't rig all these games. So don't be surprised if Shedeur keep playing. Because isn't half the season already, we already passed the back half of the season. So Dillon would still be the starter for the season on record. All right, the next home game. Let's see. Let me see the next one. Yeah, I can't rig all these games. Well, at least I think they can't. They could. Okay. They return home against the 49ers on November 30th after Thanksgiving. So on the 23rd, before Thanksgiving. Is that before Thanksgiving? Before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving week, I guess. They play the Raiders in Las Vegas. Shedeur likely enjoyed that trip because, you know, Vegas and then he and Geno Smith know each other. Just like, I'm assuming he and Lamar know each other. And then he goes to Brock Purdy. Now, the question is, they play the Titans December 7th in Cleveland. I don't know what's going to happen there because they don't like neither one of them. They don't want Cam Ward to look good. And you see what they're doing to Cam Ward. What did I say? I said, y'all, we don't know how blessed we are that Shedeur is on the bench. Because if he wasn't, they would do him just like they're doing Cam Ward. And what happened today? Let me see the numbers for Shedeur. I didn't look at them before because I feel like it's really no point, but let me see what they actually achieved. Player stats. Lamar was 14 to 25, half. Worse than half, actually. Well, actually, it's a little better. It's a little better than half. Dillon, let's see, was 7 of 10, 68 yards. He know he a damn shakedown Charlie. Shedeur was 4 of 16. Now there should be people saying, well, he don't get first team reps, so this is his warm-up game. You didn't even warm him up, you threw him in there, and this was his warm-up game. That's what you should hear. That should be the narrative. I'm probably gonna say that, even though I don't believe that's what it is anyway, but I'm gonna say it because you have to get the quarterback warmed up. There was no opportunity for him to get warmed up in the game. No, and I don't think he need first team reps, but apparently maybe the receivers need it. I don't know. And I'm gonna talk about that O-line. But I'm just saying because they are actually setting Shedeur up so that they can justify Stefanski holding back Shedeur, which is doing the owner's bidding, who took Shedeur off the board. The collusion continues, people. So, and then Shedeur did get three carries for 16 yards. That's actually good. That's actually good. Dylan was 2 carries for 2 yards. Shedeur was 3 carries for 16 yards, which is 5 each. So he was like Lamar, trying to make something happen. That's what he was doing. And the receivers, let's see. Cedric Tillman, 3 of 52, 17 on average. Harold Fanning Jr. was 2 of 26, 13 on average. Jerry Jeudy, 321 yards, 7 on average. And y'all say Gage dropped the ball and he's sitting at 0 as a receiver. I'm shocked. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Like if Dylan is truly in concussion protocol, Shedeur will likely possibly be out there next week. Let's see. They don't want Dylan to probably. If Dylan played, Geno Smith could win. If Geno Smith play against Shedeur, it's going to be like it was today. The Raiders will win. Because the Browns don't want Shedeur winning. Let's see. So Dylan got concussed today? I didn't know that. Let's see. Dylan Gabriel injury update. Browns QB being evaluated for concussion. Oh, wow. It said, so basically they said they didn't know Shedeur was going to play. That's what that means. It said Dylan Gabriel out and is in concussion protocol. Shedeur Sanders makes his debut. So somebody asked the question earlier. If Dylan get hurt, will Shedeur get to play? There's your answer. Yes. So let's see what the narrative is. All right. So that's the answer. That's the answer. Dylan had to get hurt for Shedeur to get in. He have no time to get warmed up. It is also malpractice for Stefanski not to get Shedeur in with first team reps, but keep in the first team that he's playing with. You don't want him to succeed if it's Dylan's game plan. You don't want him to succeed if he's playing, if he practices with the 2s, 3s, and the 4s, but you put him in with the 1s he have no chemistry with. So I don't know if Dylan really got a concussion, or if they just wanted Shedeur to get out here and look bad. Because remember, they had all the starters at limited, and it looked like they was in the game to me. So I'm going to have to go watch the highlights. We need to write letters to the NFL. They're going to throw them in the trash. I think it's good to get on these platforms and start talking, though. That's what needs to happen. So when y'all under people's comments, start talking. That's what needs to happen. Y'all need to do like this. This is how we got where we are today. Because the fans in Cleveland decided to stay home, go do something else, sell their tickets, and cheer for Shedeur. The same thing needs to happen again because they need to learn. Y'all just gonna set him up. We just not coming. You're gonna have to, and Baltimore Ravens fans need to start boycotting. The Ravens fans need to boycott bad. They should have been boycotting because Lamar been cheated again. They been cheating Lamar. It said, are they going to give him first team reps in practice this week? A setup all the way. That's a good question, Lee. That's a good question. I'm starring all of these comments because these are going to be my talking points for the week. It says, I hope Bucky caught it, but Stefanski clapped when Shedeur got sacked the first time. Oh, okay. I didn't see it. We're going to see what Bucky come up with. It does make sense to not give your QB2 reps with the first team offense because of what happened today. What happens when QB1 goes down injured? You say it does make sense or it doesn't? Or you saying it doesn't? And it's a good point, but I think you mean it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So in other words, you're saying Dylan isn't even going to get injured. What you're saying is, I don't care if Dylan get injured. I still don't want him to be ready because I want Dylan to come back. Stefanski tries every possibility, every opportunity to say that Shedeur is not worthy of being a black quarterback, that we don't value him, that we don't want him. In other words, Marlon Briscoe, 1968, Denver Broncos. We know you good, but we don't want you to be our quarterback. Same thing. Rinse and repeat. Racism. So people will be excited to see Shedeur get out there knowing that Dylan is not going to be available. Apparently, they will be sitting on the edge of their seats. They might keep Dylan out the game so the fans will come back to the game. Look for the play. It's always there. But the Baltimore Ravens need to boycott. That's who need to boycott next. Because this was shameful. It was shameful. And I have asked, like, Lamar, do you know these people cheating you, right? Your own people. Now, instead of the coaching or the plays or an errant ball here or there or Derrick Henry, it's the whole goddamn defense propping up Dylan. What you propping up Dylan for? And all of the scandals the NFL have, you ought to know, it's just another one. It's just another one. I don't know what they're going to call this one. They had Bountygate where they paid people to hurt other people on the other team. But I don't know what you call it. What do you call it when you take down your own team? Bountygate is when you try to hurt the other players for an advantage. But what are you calling it? What the hell are you doing when you cheat your own quarterback? And this is for the Ravens cheating Lamar. The defense propping up for the Ravens, propping up Dylan. Ravens offense setting up Lamar. And for the Ravens front office for trying to turn Lamar Jackson into a pocket passer. So he can't use his legs. So he can't use his athleticism. And nobody is really surprised that the Browns O-line would set up Shedeur after we watched them protect for Dylan. Nobody is surprised that the Browns are cheating Shedeur, but to see them two play each other and the lengths that they went through to prop up Dylan made Lamar look overrated, which is the narrative they pushed before this game. And to justify keeping Shedeur at QB2, the NFL is denying its fans true competition by sabotaging black quarterbacks, period. In their own teams, betraying black quarterbacks. That's cannibalism. I'm pretty sure it's some kind of form of cannibalism where you take down your own. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. That's insane. Shedeur was trying. He can't throw and catch. Right. That's what people don't understand. That's what people, I don't even have to see the game to know that's what it is. I don't even have to see it. Shedeur gonna crash out soon. Nah, he ain't. And I don't know what you mean by crash out, but I don't think so. Yes, it's a hot mess. Yep, it is. It's a hot mess. He got concussed in the locker room. Yeah, that's what I was like, how did he get a concussion? When did he get hit? That just means they want the fans to come back to the game because who's Shedeur gonna get in? That's what this is. They said it was loud, that there were boos. We're gonna see some footage. I don't know how long it's gonna be before Bucky put it up, but normally he turned it around real fast. And we're going to review it. We're going to react to Bucky's footage from the Browns game. Yes, that's going to be one of my videos. It's coming. Just turn your notifications on because I want to see the real deal. I want to hear the boos. I want to hear what it was like. I want to see the empty seats, and I'm advocating for they need to run it back at the next home game. Don't show up because they want to placate us. Oh, you want to put Shedeur in? Fine, but we ain't letting it win. Keep playing. Keep playing. You're going to go to war with your fans, including Shedeur Sanders fans. And they think we don't matter, but apparently we do. Because we're the ones that watch it on TV, which is why you turn the TV off. They put every possible hurdle in front of Shedeur just to hold him back. And they do the same thing to Lamar. That game should have been game of the week. It should have been a shootout. It should have been exciting. It should have been anything everybody's talking about. And you can't wait to see it again. No, they don't want that. So they dumbed down the game and sabotaged both quarterbacks. And both QBs were sabotaged by their own damn team. I cannot get over that. That is a new low. All to make Dylan look like the hero. Which ought to tell you that it's somebody that they're doing all of this for. And it's got to be the Manning kid. It's got to be the Manning kid. Hi, everyone. Hey, Ayaba. I'm glad Shedeur came out the game in one piece. I agree with that. I remember when Doug Williams showed out at the Super Bowl. Yup. I didn't see it, but yup. Gage didn't drop the ball. The defender's arm was between both the Gage arms and hands, and the defender pulled his arm through and dislodged the ball before the ball could be securely caught. So here's the question. Is that a pass interference or is that allowed, Roger? Let us know. Shedeur should start against the Raiders. Sounds like he's going to, Titus. Sounds like Shedeur's going to start against the Raiders because apparently Dylan got a concussion somewhere in the tunnel. I don't know where. I'd have to see the hit. And when they finish with Dylan Gabriel, they're going to throw his butt to the Wolves. Thank you. Now, what did you see today? Parsons West is just the man. Watch, that's all you hear. Watch, that's all you hear. They get ready to move Myles Garrett right the hell out the way or just let him sit over there. They already cheated him, which is why he was frustrated on the sideline after he gravitated towards Shedeur. Yesterday when we were talking about how these black college players that are coming out the first round or top round, first and second round, are being targeted. One of the things I failed to mention, but it's the pros, so I really could have waited till today, so I'm saying now. If you don't believe that they rule by intimidation in Cleveland, ask yourself, why out of everybody getting a speeding ticket did we only know about Myles Garrett and Shedeur Sanders, when in fact it happened after Myles Garrett gravitated toward Shedeur Sanders and they threw him under the bus already? See, these players like Myles Garrett and Jerry Jeudy, they all have a reason to gravitate towards Shedeur so they can get paid for their incentives. They're not winning with off the field with Dylan. I can't hit my incentives, but they use that as retaliation like they did against Myles Garrett, and it worked. And now Carson Wentz is just the man, and that's who you're gonna hear about. So it don't pay to submit to them, but everybody got to learn. I'm just glad Shedeur never has, but I need Shedeur to understand, if you playing with Dylan game plan, I'm gonna need you to play so you don't get CTE. But God got it because Cam Ward had been sacked 38 times before today. I didn't check today. He has not had one concussion. Now, y'all know that's the Lord looking out for him. Shedeur could be the same way, not getting concussed. Maybe they know what to do. But he had been sacked 38 times halfway through the season, Cam Ward, and he had not been concussed. So I don't know how the hell Dylan got concussed. But that's a saving grace because of what they are doing to Cam. And now they're going to want to do it to Shedeur in every game that he plays. Let's see. Team stats. Let me check out team stats right fast. While y'all on here, let me put up the team stats so we could see. So y'all could see. I don't know, because I didn't look at, let's see. Here we go. All right. So after all of that, the Ravens ended up with 351 yards, with 157 in the air and 184. Now, you know they was holding back the running game because look at where they are now. That's crazy. If you watch this whole video from beginning to end, I showed the stats. So you're going to see the disparity in the stats between the first half and the second half. So Derrick Henry wasn't doing nothing. That's crazy. And then 5.9 yards per play. And then when Shedeur gets in, when Dylan was in, it was even for the most part, the yards per play. But when Shedeur get in, it comes down. And he only has 81 passing yards. And then they have 106 rushing yards and 3.5 per play. So all they did was sack him. Let me see how many times he was sacked. Shedeur was sacked 3 times. Lamar was sacked 5 times. 5 of 41 for penalties on 5 penalties for 41 yards. Were any of them pass interference? And 4 of 26. 27 minutes for the Browns, 32 minutes for the Ravens. So yeah, they had Shedeur sacked 3 times. He all right. Believe me, he all right from there. They had 10 first downs. I know Shedeur converted some. They didn't convert any 4th downs. I'm sure they weren't supposed to. They probably were doing something that would prevent that. All right, well, I'm going to go watch the highlights, guys. As you can see, the Browns took down their own quarterback to prop up Dylan. They took down Shedeur to prop up Dylan. Nothing new for them. Shedeur was sacked 3 times, but he's going to be okay. Cam Ward was sacked 38 times and has never been concussed. Shedeur was not concussed. That's good, right? If Dylan is in protocol for concussions, they're saying that Shedeur is probably going to play versus the Raiders. They want the fans to come back to the game. So I think rather than bench Dylan, they must be saying he have a concussion instead of him being benched, because it devalues him to be benched. But they can use the concussion to, I don't know when he would get concussed, but they could use the concussion protocol to let Shedeur play and fans come back to the game and set up Shedeur against Geno Smith next week. Understand. But what we're looking for is Shedeur to pull off one of them Shedeur Sanders specials, where the O-line don't take him down. The receivers can actually catch the ball, hold on to it, and he wins the game. All right. So we're going to get ourselves out of here. This was awesome for us. Very valuable lesson was taught today, that not only do the Browns fans need to keep boycotting, that is their leverage, that the Baltimore Ravens fans need to also boycott, because they are sabotaging their own quarterback. All right. So we're going to get out of here, everybody. Thank you so much. And we'll be back probably, well, we might be back at 10:35. I'm going to look at the highlights. I'm going to see if I can find Bucky film. If I'm back at 10:35, turn your notifications on. It'll be a pop-up. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll probably just be back tomorrow. But I got to watch these highlights. I'm excited for Shedeur that he got the opportunity. Yes, they still set him up, but they set him up at Colorado, and he still was victorious. So our guy knows what to do. I just need him to get the receiver straight. And him and Gage need to get out there and practice, because I'm shocked. But y'all say Gage didn't drop the ball, that the ball was stripped from him before it was secured. So probably got to deal with the refs. Sound like pass interference, but I don't know. All right, y'all. This was awesome. We'll be back with the virtual hangout again. Thank y'all so much. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. We'll be back. Turn your notifications on. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. On the beat.